Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the first ever episode 74 of Expansion Drive Podcast, your weekly source for all things nerdy. As always, I'm your host, Mike Kerrigan, with my friend to the left, at Blacktimus Prime himself, America's favorite worst producer ever, and everyone's favorite screamer in all the houses, Didi.
Oh, no! You gonna call me out.
It's got that distinctive yell.
I do, don't I?
Really
do I have a distinctive yell?
Yes.
And I have the bruises to prove it.
Wait, did I?
No.
Oh, there was a couple times, I'm not going to lie, during Howl-O-Scream, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
In, they're triple tots.
Triple tots. The most tots we've ever had on the show.
Tots burning.
Is that Triple H's favorite food? That was such a bad joke. I'm so sorry. I'm going to leave.
I thought that was really funny.
I love that. I love that she made a wrestling reference. I'm all about that. Speaking of which,
I'm learning. It's good. Yeah.
to the right, returning back to the show,
Oh.
Miss Gory Tori herself,
Hit me.
I love it.
Oh, yes.
Let's go, baby.
Miss Tori Fett.
It is me. Hello. Yes. Lovely to be here.
How's everything?
I see you guys. Pretty good. Pretty great. Yeah.
As always, we are brought to you each and every week by MEI Travel, Mouse Fan Travel, and Universal Fan Travel.
Yes.
Your go-to source for all things Disney,
Spooky.
Universal,
Gory.
and cruises.
Get hype.
Woo! Let's go, baby.
Reach out to them. They're going to be able to give you a great quote. No obligation. Go over to some Disneyland. Like, for instance, I am in the planning stages of next year.
Oh, when are you going to go? When are you going to go?
We're looking at spring break next year. So
Nice.
waiting to find out when those cast member blackout dates are going to be.
Oh,
because, they don't have anything for 2019 set up yet.
Really?
Yeah, there's nothing set up.
So, is it like for your kids' spring break? I think
kids
they all have different regions have different.
Yeah,
spring
that's what I'm
breaks,
hoping. But Disneyland does block out very often, so we're gonna
They
see
do,
if
yeah.
it does work out. If so, well, we'll maybe going out to California again
Look what you did, you little jerks.
With the kiddos?
with the kiddos.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
with
with
the
the
kiddos.
kids. Are you going to
Exciting.
do that gimmick? Frontier, are you going to fly into Ontario?
No. I found before I get to that, again, make sure you check out MEI Travel, Mouse on Travel, Universal Fan
yeah.
Travel.
So on top of
They're gonna be able to help you out. Like I said, free quote. No
Free.
obligation.
None.
And of course, Give Kids a World Village. Thank you to them for allowing us to record the show here each and every week.
you.
Well,
Thank
most of
you
the
so
weeks
much.
lately because we've been on location a lot. Go to gktw.org and find out how you can help volunteer here because it's a great place, great opportunity to help out some great kids here. I was looking at flights the other day on Google, and I was looking at Delta again. I found 5 flights. I think it's like the 26th of March till the I think that's a Tuesday, and then we would come back. Bless you, by the way.
Thank you, sorry.
That's Sunday. Well, actually, it was super early on Monday the 1st.
Oh, you're going to be...
It's like
The red eye.
the red eye. But I was looking at it, and it's like around $1,100.
Flying to LAX?
Yeah, and on Delta too. And I loved when I flew Delta the last time.
That was good. I loved it.
Yeah, it was great. So a little
That's
more than
pretty
$200, a person or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's
No, that's
actually a
not bad at all.
really good deal.
Are you going to try to tour LA?
I don't know yet.
It's a long time you're staying there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll go out and try and do Universal or something, or just drive around somewhere. Maybe I don't know yet. It was like I said, just planning stages.
Heard.
Just looking out to see what's cheap, flight wise or whatever right
with
now.
Rocco's ID, you get into like the studios and stuff too.
Wait, what?
With the whole family too.
I mean, I went with my parents, and I don't think I was a cast member at the time. So
Yeah, that could be something cool to do too.
yeah, and they have like the commissary there, and they still serve like Walt's chili, which is like the exact recipe that he loved. That was like his favorite.
Wait,
so
Oh,
it's
wow.
pretty cool.
wait, Walt Disney Studios?
Yeah, like the actual
It's like
Disney
the- yeah.
Studios.
You can actually tour in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they actually have like a tour. Like you just kind of like go in there and like you can kind of walk around. Obviously, you don't really like disturb anything.
Yeah,
I
but-
imagine they have some sort of tour there. I mean, like WB and
maybe.
everybody
I don't
else,
know. I feel
CBS
like my mom
Studios.
would have known about that. My mom was all about that.
I have
So
to look
I don't
into
know.
it.
But
Yeah, I was
That's
actually.
so neat.
I was even looking at the same hotel, just because it's right down the road and
Hey.
still right around the same price or whatever. So
Yeah, that place
maybe
is
some
lit.
Disneyland coming up soon. That'd be great.
That'd be lit.
Yeah.
That'd be so dope.
Let's see. Of course, right around now we go around the table talking about what's good in our lives. So, Tori, it's been a while since we had you on the show.
Tori.
What's up with you?
trying to think honestly. Well, I had lovely beer garden with you and Frocka.
Ah, yes.
For her birthday. which
Happy
was
birthday to my wife,
delicious.
Frocka.
That's so
Happy
great.
birthday.
We love you,
She's
Frocka.
officially older than me again.
Happy
Only for like a little
birthday
bit.
to
See, that's
the-
like Justin and I are almost.
Oh,
equal.
by the way, congratulations to Tori. You got engaged. She's engaged.
No, I did not get engaged.
Oh,
come
pictures.
on.
I thought you were
That was
getting.
not a picture. That was a picture of
Wait.
me dressed up like
No.
Constance from Haunted Mansion.
man, I thought it was
No, no, no,
happening.
no, no,
3 years
I thought it was
ago.
happening.
But there was. Did you see those fancy pictures?
What fancy pictures?
They went to somewhere. You went
Oh,
somewhere
it's
real
a- it's a-
fancy.
okay,
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't that. They
Yeah,
were.
it was
I mean,
fancy.
the pictures weren't that fancy. We went to Party for the Senses, which is like a special like after party thing that you
I-
pay extra for. At
I don't know, I think
for
I was
food
at-
and wine.
But wait a second. I think I was there and I heard some crazy business happen at Party of the Senses. An engagement.
No, that's not true. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It was.
not me.
It was.
so
It was
sorry.
Jesse and Terry.
Is that our yes.
Jesse-
Yeah,
Jesse
Jesse
and
and Terry.
Terry.
It was. Yeah, it was true. But Party for the Senses was awesome.
So you went there Saturday, right?
Yes, Saturday night.
So I was. Go.
I was going to ask what it exactly is because I kind of forgot.
So it's like I think it's like $200 a person.
I'm sorry?
Justin's
Well, there-
family goes
there's-
every year. and
There's
so-
different levels to it. So like you can get. I think they're like the $200 one. You had reserved a table.
Well, now it's all reserved from what I've been told.
Really?
It used to be. Yeah. So it used to be that you would. I guess you could pick like free floating like seating.
Yeah.
Or and I think they might have even had just like tables
Like
where
tables
you stood
we
up.
just stood up to. Yeah.
And then a table, and then when we walked in, because last year was my first year ever going, and like I said, Justin's family goes every year, and there was like a massive line to get in, like not to get in, but like you got in and you had to wait to be seated or whatever and check in for that. So this time we went in and it was like you went straight in because everything's reserved now.
Oh.
So you don't have to worry about
wow.
that line and everything, which is kind
So
of
maybe
nice.
that's why everything's $200 now. Yeah, Pinky's up for Party of the Senses. I mean,
But
it is
it's-
Pinky's up
it's
to begin with.
delicious.
Really?
And it's so oh my god, so worth it. It's like all you can eat food, all you can drink. They have all sorts of really great, like they had like
Wait.
Morimoto had a booth.
What?
And Morimoto himself gave us our food, which was really cool. Yes.
For
it
those
was
of
so
you
cool.
just listen to audio, Didi's like
What?
jumping
Chef
up away
Morimoto
from the.
legit was there?
He was. Well, like I walked up and Justin was like, "I'm pretty sure that's Morimoto," and I was like, "No, you're lying." He's like, "No, seriously, like I swear." And so like we got back to the table and we like Googled him and we're like, "Oh my god!"
Oh my God,
But
worth
just
it.
in case when he handed me the food, I was like, "I just want you to know you're my favorite restaurant at Disney Springs," and he was like, "Thank you," and I was like, "Yes."
That alone is worth it. That's worth like $200.
Oh my god, and it was so good. They had like a duck ramen there. Ooh.
Oh,
And it's still cheaper than the amount that you paid at Le Cellier.
listen here. Oh man,
Damn,
I'm still hurting on that one. Oof.
you're good.
So what was your favorite thing that you had?
The duck ramen was up there.
Okay.
Let's go.
One of my this is not even food. This is drink, but they have a key lime wine that they had last year.
Key lime wine.
That sounds delicious.
Oh my god, amazing. But yeah, the duck ramen was really good, and they had a really good. It was actually Maria and Enzo's.
Okay.
They had a booth too, and they had like a really good
Okay, yeah.
meatball.
And that's owned by the same people as Morimoto's and.
oh
The
really?
Edison-
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Edison.
company,
Yeah, I'm pretty
yeah.
sure
Yeah,
they're
were
all
like
the same people.
they were like the same table, but like a different side. Like they have. Like,
Yeah, they're
different
all
sides
owned
and
because
stuff.
we didn't realize that until we went to the Edison that first time, or what?
Yeah.
Or not your first time, but for my first time when we went in. I'm like, oh yeah, we're all owned by the same company. I'm like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah, and they also had lobster pot stickers, which were really good.
Boy,
Oh,
what?
it was so good.
It's so funny because like, so when I went a couple years ago, it was so funny. Like my favorite thing was like the simplest of sandwiches. It was like some type of like Hawaiian like basic sandwich, but it had
sounds
like
so
pineapple on it,
Oh.
like some type of coleslaw,
Let's
and
go.
oh yeah, dude, can you grab that water bottle? Right
Yeah,
now? I didn't even
that's-
realize it was there.
Water bottle.
Yeah, look at these.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
You should have showed that water bottle.
Yeah,
Who's boss?
get out of here.
Get out of here, water bottle.
But yeah, and then I went to Hornets for the first time last week. So
What did you
Nice.
think about it?
really good. I wasn't feeling super well, so I just kind of like did the scare zones and stores, and I watched the show and I left. But everything's amazing this year. You can tell just like from being in the streets, like it's different. It's so much more thought I think went into everything, and Killer Clowns is amazing.
I'm
like,
waiting for her to freak out
literally
about
had-
the one thing that she will not stop talking about:
Tears in my eyes. What?
the pizza fries.
Oh yes, the pizza.
Is
fries
it
are
really that
amazing.
good?
I
think
haven't
they're
had
so
it.
good.
I'm
I
afraid
think
to
they're
eat it.
actually
You're
better
about
than
to
last
the
year.
taters.
So it's the crinkle cut fries.
Okay.
And it's like, it's not just like regular cheese. It's like, you know, like When you get a pizza, the pizza cheese,
Yeah,
where it's like
mozzarella
super
cheese.
stringy and thick. But they also put that seasoning in it too. Like when you get like the small little
Let's
pieces.
go,
of the cheese,
yes.
Yeah.
So it's like that, and then it's got the pepperoni and sausage in it, and like they put a little pizza
Oh,
sauce on
wait,
it.
the
too.
sausage?
The little ones, they're
Oh,
good.
you lost me on sausage.
See, but
I'm sure you could get it without. Maybe I don't know.
You think?
I don't know. I don't know.
I would imagine so.
You probably just have to wait a little longer because they literally sell out of them faster than they can make them.
That's
so
why I
you always
never-
end up having to wait.
Okay.
But it's so worth it.
See, that's why I never really
See, and I want to try it, but I'm just like, how hot it's been. Like, I'm afraid it's just gonna be so heavy on my stomach, and I'm just like,
been
oh
brutal.
god, I feel
Like
disgusting.
I said, man, I had a whole meal and then I went there
Oh,
and then
I don't know how
ate
you did
the whole
it.
thing and it was so good.
So one thing that we did try, because we went to Horror Night Thursday, right?
Thursday. Yeah, I
Thursday.
met up with you Thursday.
And we had Twisted Taters.
Twisted Taters.
Oh man, oh
I know
man.
you love them taters.
Oh, that was good.
loves them taters.
You had one too, right?
No, I had them last year.
Oh, that's right. No, we met
pretty
up
good.
with you afterwards.
Afterwards,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I had the salt and vinegar one.
I think that's new. That flavor's
Really?
new, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah, I
that
don't
thing
think
was
I've had that
fire.
one.
It was so good. Our friend Natalie has been on the show before. She had, I think it was the garlic one. I think.
Ooh, the garlic parmesan,
Yeah, garlic
baby.
parmesan.
Ooh.
And then other
fire.
friend Ryan Jevic was
Hey,
on the show
Jevic.
before as well. He had just the standard salt whatever one, and that was
And they make
I mean,
it fresh.
potatoes are
I mean,
potatoes, you know.
we're going to the Horror Nights tomorrow night, right?
Tomorrow night?
Yeah, is it Wednesday night? Yeah, I'm going. I'm
I'll
going to
probably
go
go.
get me a
I
tater.
do work the PM, so we'll see.
All right. Well, I'm going. Tori, if
I'll
you're going,
probably
I'm
go.
going to get the taters. So I'm just.
Are you gonna
I want to
Cosplay
get
is-
I want to get the 11 donuts really bad. What?
Are you gonna call?
They're not that good.
Are you gonna cosplay as Chucky again?
No, I mean, I don't know, maybe.
What's her
not
name?
gonna wear that shirt
Jennifer
every day.
Tilly's character.
Tiffany.
Are you You should do Tiffany now.
Okay, maybe, I guess. I dressed up like her for Halloween a couple years ago.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Don't do
So
it.
did Neil.
So did Neil. Me and Neil, that was us last year. That's one of the best costumes I've ever done. And we
Yeah,
made that up
that was
like that
player
day.
one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I would like you to try the waffles instead of the 11. I challenge you to do the waffles.
I'm not
'Cause
like
I don't
a
think we-
massive waffle person.
Because I don't
know,
think
that
we
sounds
legit
weird.
got
How
the
dare you.
waffles. I don't think we
that
really
just
got
seems
them.
like a lot to me. Like the donuts sound really good. I don't know. We'll see. I'll
Get the red
probably end up
velvet.
doing it.
Red velvet.
Yeah, the regular donut was just like a regular donut. It
I
wasn't
was talking
anything
about the
special.
11.
But,
The 11 donuts are the red velvet ones, right? Or no?
well, there's two different ones. It's the
Yeah.
same thing. They have like a powdered sugar one, and then they have a red velvet
why
one.
would you not get the red velvet?
Well,
red velvet is
we
my
tried both of
favorite.
them
Oh.
when we were at the media
Surprised how
event.
basic
Yeah.
people are.
Yeah. Didi,
Well, yeah.
what's up with you, sir?
Boy, I can actually say I've been busy besides my AC being broken for the last few days.
Wait,
That
still
sucked.
broken?
Bro, AC guy came over, fixed it, worked for like 2 days, then it shut off again. I'm just like,
No.
Dude, I bet you have a leak, or not a leak, but a clog in your system, and it's like auto turning off.
I don't know.
Because that's what happened to mine.
Really?
Yeah.
So is it fixed again, or is it still not working right now?
It's not working right now, so I have to call my landlord tomorrow. But that sucked. But besides that, went to Howl-O-Scream on Friday.
Well, yeah, we'll talk
First
about
time
that.
ever. We're going to do that on our triple tots. And I went to Gaylord for the Googles, Goblins, and
Not Googles.
Goblins,
Goblins and
Googles,
Giggles
Googles,
Getaway Weekend.
Getaway. Wow, that's a tongue twister.
We'll talk about that in Tots as well. The triple Tots.
And then, oh God,
Did you go see Sheila E?
God, boy.
All right, so did you? All right, so when we were leaving, we left not too long after you did on
Yeah.
Sunday after we went to the
Should've
beer garden. We had to go dress shopping for Fracca
Ooh,
because we're in a friend of ours their wedding party.
Shopping.
So when I was leaving, I texted you. And
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
told me.
dude, look out for this Prince lookalike. There was legit. Like, this dude dressed to the nines like Prince. He had the whole makeup down, his hair.
Really?
Yeah, so you didn't see him?
No, he wasn't
Oh,
there.
man. He was definitely going to Sheila E.
Oh, probably. But there was a lot of people there with Prince shirts on and stuff like that. Man, she was phenomenal. And then she did this really cool thing where it was like she kind of got teary-eyed. And like my sister and I went. We brought the dance party. It was like we danced nonstop. And then she did this one song. And then after that,
His
she was
sister's so
like,
precious, by the way.
I want you
Oh, I've met her.
to
She's amazing.
turn. I want you to turn to like a stranger, because she was talking about like how like the world doesn't really have enough love or whatever, and just tell them you love them. And I don't know. I did it to this one dude that was next to me, and I don't know what happened. I just got overwhelmed with emotion. Like I don't know. I don't cry, but
Dude, you're kind of getting like misty-eyed now.
yeah,
Did
just
you
thinking
cry?
about
You
it,
cried?
I cried. Like my sister's like, "Are you okay?" I go, "Dude, that was like really powerful. Like I don't know what it was. It
That's
really
cool.
left a lasting impression." But yeah, Sheila was just freaking amazing. If you missed it, I hope she comes next year. Go check it out. Then I went to go see Sugar Ray yesterday.
Oh my god! Yes. How long are they here for?
They're here tomorrow also.
Tomorrow.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I got rained out after the first song
That's crazy.
because lightning came.
Oh, man.
I was fine with being wet in the rain, whatever. I was drenched, and then lightning showed up, and then Mark McGrath goes, "Well, Mickey Mouse is telling me I have to stop the show, even though I don't want to. So I'll definitely try to be on at 6:30." And I was like, "Man, I'm not waiting till 6:30," so I went home.
Oh,
Upset.
man.
Oh,
That
man.
sucks.
That sucks. And,
I love that.
what else? That's it. Is that it?
I guess.
That's it. That's my life.
Yeah, we did a bunch of stuff. I'll be talking about that later. Of course, Sunday we went to Beer Garden. Still one of the best restaurants on Disney property. God, I loved the Beer Garden.
Oh, of course.
Why did we go to the beer garden?
It was if you smell what the Frog is cooking, it was her birthday.
Let's go, the Frog. You smell what she's cooking.
Which you haven't seen her since then. She actually dyed her hair, dude. She has like
Black.
We're twins now.
like darker
Black-
hair, like the Tori. Yeah.
Let's go. Now she'll never go back.
Oh, it's funny because like she walked into the house because I didn't see her Friday night because of doing Howl-O-Scream, and then she came home Saturday after we got home from Gaylord, and she walked in the door. I'm like, what the? Like I actually had explicit language. I didn't even know that she dyed her hair. Like,
Heck?
yeah, so
she's never going back.
This one.
Like Tori.
She looks gorgeous. It's beautiful.
Like Tori, she's never going to go back.
I don't know. I think I'll change my hair soon.
To what?
I don't know.
Don't say
Haven't decided.
blonde.
You really don't like blondes, huh? Wow.
It's just such a basic hair color. No offense.
I guess. That's my natural color.
I know.
That's
I was just saying, my
fine.
God.
I don't know. I was thinking I
Wow.
used to dye my hair red all the time in high school, so I was thinking about maybe red. I don't know. We'll see.
I think I
Like,
saw pictures. I think you showed me before.
or if you do platinum. I'll deal with platinum.
Like
See,
Sephiroth
I
style.
thought about platinum, but like that's so high maintenance.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
That's so much work to keep up.
And then how much it costs if you do it professionally? Oof. It's
No,
like
thank you.
dude. It's like $200-$300.
No, thank you.
No thanks.
All right. Well, on that note, let's go ahead and get into the news.
Wow, nice, very nice.
I tried stalling as long as I
These
possibly
are the
could.
scary news time.
So I'm gonna try and get quickly through some of these since we have triple tots later on. I have 10 items on the list.
Not a baker's dozen.
Yeah.
Number 1,
Love it.
Rafiki's Planet Watch to close at Disney's Animal Kingdom this
Boo.
October.
Peace, rest in peace.
This is coming over from Miss Brittany Tuttle. Piggies up, everybody, on TRXMagazine.com. She says, as of October 21st, guests will no longer be able to access Rafiki's Planet Watch at Disney's Animal Kingdom. There is no word on what will become of this area or if there will be similar conservation experiences and animal encounters in the future at the park. Guests who visited Rafiki's Planet Watch were able to get an in-depth look at animal habitats from around the world and get an inside look at the care that animals receive at Disney's Animal Kingdom. This was also the main location for guests to meet Rafiki from Lion King. There is no news on whether this meet and greet will be relocated or to where. So
That's a crime, man. That's a crime.
I feel like it's just like the park is losing like one of the pillars of like what it's about.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree.
So I feel, but it's the same thing as like removing a lot of the like more soundstagey things at like Hollywood studios. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like taking away from what. I don't know.
I agree.
I'm sad about it.
I'm really sad.
If they don't continue to do the whole the premise of the conservation and everything there at Rafiki's Planet Watch, whether they name it something different or whatever, I'm sure they're probably going to move different aspects of it around the park. I would imagine.
Maybe,
I think
I
because
don't know.
I think it's still a big part of the park. But you're going to see Tori freak out in 3, 2, 1. One of the rumors, of course, is Wakanda.
Oh, I know. That's what I've been saying.
Possibly
I hope
showing
it's
up.
Wakanda.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that would make it a little okay for me for them to remove it.
I did hear they're keeping the conservation stuff though.
I hope so.
That's what I
really
heard.
do.
That's the rumor. I heard.
Well,
they're
I
still
mean, the
keeping
thing is
conservation
like
stuff.
part of that building is like actually where they take care of animals.
Yeah.
So it's like even if they got rid of the building, they'd have to put that somewhere else.
I thought one of the cool ideas to do for it, if they even just close it down for renovations and make it like a Zootopia deal. So, remember in Zootopia, I think we were talking about this on Sunday,
Yeah.
Tori, where, like in Zootopia, you actually take, that monorail to, Zootopia, to that, building, that city aspect
Yeah.
of it or whatever. So I can imagine them easily transforming that, train into the, the monorail to take you into the Zootopia land. And that's where you actually learn about, the conservation and whatnot of, animals and see what happens.
Aminals.
I don't know.
So no more
Animals.
Pocahontas, no more Rafiki.
Is Pocahontas not? Where?
She's back there.
No, she's not. She's back by
I don't
going
think
to
she's been back
dinosaurs.
there for
They
a
moved
while.
her? Really?
Dude, she's
Yeah.
been there for a while.
It's not
It's
like,
like
I go there all the time when
She
I go to
doesn't get
Animal
out
Kingdom.
much?
It's just
Well, she's actually the one princess that I don't care to meet
What?
because she's so into character. Like I can't
Oh.
deal with it. Like it's like, oh, did you come or where are you from? I'm like, we're from Winter Haven. Did you come on your kayak? What? I'm like, no, I drove here. What is that? I'm
That's
like,
just
oh
part
my
of
god!
it.
Like no, it was
Stop,
just
it's
like
like-
no, when I
Part
met her
of
the
the-
last time, it was just too much. I'm like, listen, there's no kids here. It's just us. Calm down.
just say,
I
hey,
get it.
How you doing?
Hi, I'm Pocahontas.
Have fun. Bye.
Yeah.
Picture. Click.
I just want a picture. I don't want to learn about your crazy raccoon that steals the cookies.
Don't you? So it's
You
like,
are no fun.
she should have been a bad.
No,
Pocahontas.
like for the most part, I'm fine with it. But she was just so
She just took it
much
too
into
far.
it.
Are you going
Okay.
just around the river bend?
Yeah, it was like it was stupid gimmick like that. And I'm just like, oh.
Did you drive with the colors of the wind? What? Stop. Get out of here. Just let's take the picture.
Oh,
You wanna take a picture? You want to-
will this take my soul? Oh my god, Pocahontas.
Did you really say that?
I don't know, but I'm just like I imagine it was to that degree of how in
Oh.
character
I
she
always
was.
freak out in general when they talk to me. I'm just like, just take a picture with
Yeah,
me.
I'm
and
the
move
same
on.
way.
I just don't.
No, see, like I'm cool, like with Anna or Anna or Elsa or whatever. You know, when they're going into their gimmick or whatever, I'm totally cool with it. But just Pocahontas, she just takes it to another level, and I'm just like, ugh,
It's weird.
I
I'm
can't
not
deal with it.
I'm not witty enough for these people. Like when I'm with friend Jamie Morris,
Ms. Morris.
she's on her feet like real quick. But when I'm like by myself, I'm like,
You're pretty.
yeah. 90% of the time, I'm like, hello, drooling, looking like a dweeb.
Gross.
Number 2, Didi. Are you
Can't-
ready for one of the most
can't
get hype
believe
news
this.
of the year?
This is the get hype news of the year.
Believe this.
Number 2, SeaWorld Orlando removes VR from Kraken roller coaster.
Disney's failing us, so SeaWorld decides to take up the mantle of making us happy.
I am surprised, but also not. Like I'm just surprised
No.
that they actually
Oh,
took it
it
away.
was-
But
Have you
like
done
they
it?
needed to take it away. No. I watched I watched like the online, like they uploaded like the actual video that you see, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
So they have a quote here. SeaWorld did not make the decision to remove the VR element from Kraken in mid-August based on ride experience and guest feedback. Or I'm sorry, did make that
I was
decision.
like, they
Sorry,
didn't?
I was like,
Who did?
wait, what? Why?
Some guests ran in the park and took the headsets out.
Didi. Sorry, so they did make that decision. Said a spokesperson from SeaWorld Orlando. We believe that most guests still love the traditional Kraken coaster experience.
Yes.
We are always evaluating new attraction opportunities for SeaWorld, but we have no immediate plans to bring VR back to the park.
Amen.
VR was just introduced to the roller coaster just last year, reintroducing the ride as Kraken Unleashed. With the coaster overlay, guests would don fully integrated VR headsets and experience a deep-sea adventure gone wrong. The opening of the new overlay was also where SeaWorld Orlando debuted their Spot Saver virtual queue service for guests.
Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah, it was not good. Like I appreciated the effort, but I don't think it was implemented very well. The queues just took even longer than what they should have. Where
Oh, man.
Kraken was normally like a 10-15 minute wait, and what should have been a 10-15 minute wait turned into like an hour for us that
yeah,
day.
legit.
It was.
Oh
it was
man, I was so
ridiculous.
irritated.
And then like you'd have to turn your head a certain way in
Oh,
order for
yeah.
it to be facing the correct way, and the audio didn't work correct. Yeah, it's just
I was bad.
just give me regular Kraken.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, speaking of SeaWorld, I don't know if you put this in the. I don't think you did.
No, I didn't. Infinity Falls. Was there
Infinity
anything about
Falls. Clint and Clint from Thrill Geek posted a video of them doing test runs.
Yeah, I think it's
Friend of the show.
next Saturday, next weekend,
What?
something like that. I think is when they're saying media preview is. I think that's what he said.
I can. Guys, get hype.
Yeah, I'm excited for
Let's
it. I
go,
love
baby.
those raft rides like that, so very excited for
It looks
that.
dope.
Number 3, Walt Disney World announces 19 new
Wow.
limited time experiences for 2019.
Oh, I get it.
Some of these are pretty cool, I thought. Starting January 18, 2019, and continuing well into the year, Walt Disney World will unveil brand new shows, entertainment offerings, parties, and more to delight guests. Of course, this is all coming from Miss Brittany Tuttle. Matter of fact, I think the
Pinkies
last
up,
one was
pinkies
as well.
up.
So over at the Magic Kingdom, celebrate their 90th birthday, and because they are true to originals, Mickey and Minnie will host Mickey and Minnie's surprise celebration in Magic Kingdom Park starting on the 18th of January. This surprise celebration will feature new entertainment as well as food and merchandise offerings throughout the park, including update to the current Move It, Shake It parade.
Amen.
Joining Mickey and Minnie in all the fun will be a few of their Disney friends, including Donald, Daisy, Goofy, Pluto, Max, Chip and Dale, and more. The
Max. That's a big one.
the current
Yes.
Move It, Shake It will become the Move It, Shake It, Mouse Ka Dance It Street Party.
Men.
They just gotta keep embellishing it. Gotta keep changing the words.
Oh no, Move It, Shake It. Was it not? What is it now?
Dance it, play it. Is it
Oh,
like
yeah,
dance it,
not
play
not
it?
good.
Yeah.
Not a good gimmick.
This new parade will invite guests to dance with Mickey, Minnie, and their friends in front of Cinderella Castle. It will also feature live singers performing new arrangements of classic Mickey Mouse Club songs.
It's cute.
As for other entertainment offerings during the event, the Dapper Dans, the Casey Corner piano player, and other performers on Main Street USA and Magic Kingdom will sing songs in honor of Minnie and Mickey. Since this is a surprise celebration, keep an eye out for even more limited time magic entertainment and other experiences yet to be announced.
Ooh,
Excited about the mouse could do it, or
mouse could dance it.
Mouse could dance it. Sorry.
As long as they get rid of the Move It, Shake It, Play It. Ugh.
I'm sure that
And they
will
bring
not good.
It.
and they bring in a certain awesome MC.
Oh yes.
Hint, nudge,
Mr.
nudge.
G. Mickey.
Oh yes.
Bring him back
see-
full time.
Yeah,
But the other guys are not. The
the other guys are good too. But of course, we're partial Gene.
I know Gene.
You have good taste.
Disney's Hollywood Studios, The Incredibles, are returning to Disney's Hollywood Studios. On January 18th, Pixar Place will transform into a new Incredibles-themed area modeled after a Metroville city block.
Oh, that's cute.
At the end of the block, a party will be held in honor of Mr. Incredible, Mrs. Incredible, and Frozone to celebrate their heroic deeds. But keep an eye out in Pixar Place for the youngest Incredible, Jack, who's gotten loose in the area. Guests will also be able to meet the incomparable Ms. Edna
Let's go,
Mode
baby.
Very excited
at a special
about
new
this.
location on Pixar Place, showcasing some of her best designs. No capes.
Oh, I'm wearing a cape to meet her. I'm doing it.
You have to.
I'm doing it.
But she is kind of creepy looking. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Like her
Shush.
character
I know,
just
but
terrifies me.
shush. I
Are you
love
serious?
her.
Yeah, have you never seen it? Yeah, look it up
talking about?
because
What are you
she
talking
meets
about?
over at Disneyland.
I think we saw her at Disneyland.
No,
Where-
it didn't start yet. No, when we were over there, she wasn't over there yet.
When-
She started over there when Incredicoaster started.
Oh, I thought we saw her during the parade. The
Did
Pixar
we?
parade. I think she was on the Pixar parade.
Maybe. I don't
think
know.
she was.
But she would. Yeah, she frightening.
Ooh.
See, also starting January 18th, a door to the Monster World will open inside Walt Disney
Let's
Presents
go, baby.
by Animation Courtyard, where guests will get the chance to once again meet Mike and Sully from Pixar's
Oh
Monsters,
wow, it's
Inc.
been a while too, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
back since
Oh my
the streets closed.
God.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
I know.
And Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy will roll into Disney's Hollywood Studios in spring 2019. This new experience will bring guests face to face with Lightning as he shares wisdom from his years on the track. Guests will be able to meet Lightning's pal Cruz Ramirez outside the attraction.
I'm excited about that.
This
And
sounds
that's-
like Turtle Talk.
That's what I'm curious to see what it's going to be.
See,
It makes me think of like Turtle Talk. That's what.
is that going to be at the old animation?
It's the building that the dance party used to be in next to Rock and Roller Coaster. Like where they do like the like they did the villains party there.
Wait, I'm so confused. That's where that is.
I
Yeah.
don't.
At least that's what they announced earlier in the year when they talked about it.
I don't remember that is.
No, that makes me sad. That means they're not bringing the villains party back.
Yeah.
Did you ever do the villains party?
Yes, it's the best money I've ever spent at Disney. It's the best
I heard
event that
it
I've
was really
ever been
good.
to. Amazing. All you can eat food, specialty desserts, all you can eat desserts, amazing entertainment. You got to meet all 4 of the villains. It was awesome. And they had themed drinks too. So good. Amazing.
See, over at Disney's Animal Kingdom, celebrate the 25th anniversary of The Lion King. Oh my God, I feel old.
Of life.
You're going to be celebrating with Timon and Rafiki in the Hakuna Matata Time Dance Party on Discovery Island.
So many dance
This new
parties.
dance party will run every day from January 18th through September
Gotta keep
30th.
dancing.
Oh my God, it's going to be so hot outside there for them. Special 3-dimensional photo ops will also be on display at Disney's Animal Kingdom, recreating scenes from The Lion King for guests to take their perfect
Oh man.
photo.
Is
I really
there
hope
like
it
a
does.
hanger where you can hang off the cliff?
Long
That's so
live
awful.
the
Like,
king.
That'd be so funny.
It's just Scar looking down at
Be so
you as you're
funny.
just
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
I want. We should all just sit there for like 30 minutes and do a over under on how many people will do the Simba beginning, Rafiki holding Simba.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
all the time.
I did with my kids, so yeah.
Oh, really?
Not there at Animal Kingdom.
I'm talking about like here in Animal Kingdom. You should do it with Gavin.
Well, they had for Flower and
God,
Garden.
you just kidding the tiny thing anymore.
One of the Flower and Garden topiaries was Rafiki holding
Oh,
up
yeah,
Simba,
oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
every
yeah.
time I pass by it, there's some dad
Really?
holding this kid next to it.
That'd be funny if you can get Trinity.
Trini could do it with you.
Oh my god, please.
That'd actually be pretty funny.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be pretty funny.
And then over at Epcot, the Epcot International Festival of the Arts will return from January 18th through February 25th, combining arts and culture with food and music from Disney's many theatrical productions. The Disney on Broadway concert series will expand to 7 days a week during the Festival of the Arts, giving guests more chances to experience Disney's musical magic live. And let's see, the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival will also be returning from March 6th through June 3rd. This year's Garden Rocks concert series will also expand to 7 days a week.
What?
which
Are you
means
serious?
A total of 270 concerts throughout.
Oh my gosh.
As previously announced, guests can say a fond farewell to Illumination's Reflections of Earth at Epcot before it ends in the second half of 2019.
Hashtag save Illuminations.
Brittany
Rip,
had to
rip,
put
rip.
that in there just to make sure that you were
just so you remember that it's closing.
So,
Such a
yeah,
jerk.
I mean, of course, it's nothing huge opening up. Of course, the big thing, of course, will be Star Wars next year. But, they're at least adding some, small stuff for everybody to do.
Yeah, but Star Wars is what everyone really cares about.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of shocked about this whole thing of them expanding the concert series for the Flower Garden thing. So I think we're going to get more acts.
I hope they're bigger acts.
Yeah.
I mean, I get, a lot of them is the, the flower power stuff or whatever, but I want some bigger acts.
I mean, we can have so much Herman Termits.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Come on,
Yeah.
Disney. You got... Come on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
When we're like, of course, now with the Food and Wine, I appreciate, the Boys to Men and the Sugar Ray, whatever, but
Sugar Ray. I love them.
when have they been relevant? Bring me.
Hurtful.
I mean, like, no, but you know what I mean.
I
It's
know
just
what
like,
you're
I mean,
saying,
and even the more relevant acts are still smaller acts. What's the what's the one that Brittany really wanted to see last year?
Postmodern Jukebox?
Yeah, Postmodern Jukebox. Of course, you're relevant, but they're YouTube relevant.
Yeah.
Give
But
them-
weren't they like... What they brought to Epcot was like the B team of the band.
Oh, I don't even know. I didn't
I
see
think,
them.
I think she said something like that. Like it wasn't like the main people that were on the videos. It's
Yeah,
like
so just
the B squad.
bring some
Peace
new
Corps.
people in. Let's see here. Number 4. Ugh.
Very
So this is
sad.
some sad news.
Very sad.
So before Didi and I went out to Howl-O-Scream on Friday, this actually broke. Telltale Studios is closing up. No more Walking Dead. No more Game of Thrones. No more Tales of the Borderlands. Wolf Among Us.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Or so you think
Batman.
of Walking Dead. Was that in here?
What's
How people have stepped up to...
Yes, I think we talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
So last Friday, Telltale Games confirmed it has, quote, made the difficult decision to begin a majority studio closure following a year marked by insurmountable challenges. The studio has confirmed it'll retain 25 employees to fulfill the company's obligations to its board and partners. Netflix has reportedly announced it is in the process of exploring other options for making a Stranger Things game post-closure.
So sad.
And that was supposed to be, the brand new engine and everything. Stranger Things. No more. And then they put this up on Twitter the other day. Hi, everyone. We have a Walking Dead update for you. Multiple potential partners have stepped forward to express interest in helping to see the final season of The Walking Dead through to completion. While we can't make any promises today, we are actively working towards a solution that will allow episodes 3 and 4 to be completed and released in some form. In the meantime, episode 2 will release tomorrow, which is actually today, across all platforms as planned. We hope to have answers for your other questions soon. Hopefully, as Cory Barlog, creator of the God of War game on PS4, mentioned on Twitter, hopefully, these partners and whatnot have helped pay for these people's severance, because what you're hearing online is that everyone that was laid off got nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I don't understand, and we mentioned this to each other on Friday, how a company can go from one of the top studios in video games, from The Walking Dead, getting Game of Thrones, Wolf Among Us, Borderlands, Batman, 2 seasons of Batman, soon to be Stranger Things.
Yeah. Especially after
And then they go
getting
to-
the Stranger Thing. Like,
Yeah.
No money. What?
Yeah,
I don't
I
get
don't
it.
know how that happened either. I also don't know why they don't have a safety blanket for that sort of thing. Like thinking about your employees, hey, if we do have to close, we at least can help these people out and, pay them their severance. Nope.
But it's like when they say when insiders say it was mismanagement, what kind of mismanagement did you guys do? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like
I know
what
the
happened?
last few games did not sell well. Guardians of the Galaxy did not sell
Maybe,
well.
did
they
it?
spent too much on the games they had
Licensing.
going.
The licensing, yeah,
but
maybe.
I don't know.
Because you had that. You had The Walking Dead past couple seasons did not sell well. I know I didn't play the last 2 seasons, or the Michonne one or whatever it was. Batman season 2 I didn't play. I played Batman season 1. It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
But I don't know how much money, because everybody always talks about like how broken their games were. Where even though they were great to play and a great story or whatever, but there was always bugs. Something would always happen where the game would break
Justin
or whatever.
Justin and I, we got, I think I got a free code from the comic store for Guardians, the Guardians one, and we played it, and we were like 15 minutes in, and there was this one thing that like it wouldn't let you go past, and we'd always have to restart the game.
I think there's something. Yeah, there's something with Batman where it just eat your save. So just so I guess like little things like that maybe added up or whatever, but I still don't understand how you go from like this huge publisher, this huge studio, and to bankrupt, like no money whatsoever. Yeah, I don't get it.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
And I don't know. They distributed their own game, so there wasn't a middleman.
Yeah.
Besides Sony, Microsoft, and PC, I think you're on your own. But like, I don't understand like how that happens.
Yeah,
That's wild.
It's cool to see. Usually this happens when studios close like this. That you see Twitter. different companies step up. You'll see.
People are supporting.
Gearbox and
Gearbox and I think is it Ubisoft or Activision that says like they're gonna have like a little job fair for them. I think there's some pizzeria or something like that next door.
Oh, that's cool.
And they offered to do a job. I think it was Ubisoft, and they said they were going to do a job fair.
Yeah, and there's like a list circulating around too of like above companies that are looking for people that people are like posting everywhere for them to find jobs. So
so hopefully everybody,
jobs
hopefully everybody lands on their feet. Is
difficult,
craziness.
I can't wait to hear people. Talk.
Once the non-disclosure is done.
Yeah, I want to know like what.
I'd love to know what happened.
I think so. This sounds like something like the people up top need something. I don't know. Something happened. Yeah. Because that's too weird. That's very, very strange. That's some white collar stuff. I think that happened.
So the past couple weeks, I think this might have happened last week while we didn't have a normal show last week, of course, because we had Scotty on the show. We had the Nintendo Direct happen. It was delayed because of the earthquake that happened over there in Japan. Yeah. But some big news came out of it, so we'll just run through it real quick and see everybody's hype level. Tori, you don't have a Switch, right?
Yeah,
but will this make you get one?
Well, I do kind of have a Switch because Justin has a Switch.
So. Oh, okay. So you still
gotta have a Switch. I've been
what's
thinking
yours
about
is
it,
mine.
though.
What's mine is mine.
Especially with some of these, I've been thinking about it.
So the big one everybody was hyped about. I don't get it, but whatever. Is Animal Crossing. Yeah. Oh, so
I mean it's cute. It's cute, but I'm not super invested. I'm more excited about 2 other ones on this list.
Brittany was losing her mind, I'm sure.
Yeah, she was.
Let's see, Luigi's Mansion 3. Yes. Very excited about that.
I've never played the other 2.
Oh, really? Dude, you would really like it. It's funny because Banks Take a Shot because on Kind of Funny.
Yep.
Jarrett Petty was talking about it on the other day, and he's like, it's the best Ghostbusters game there is.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
It's
better than the Xbox game?
Well, that's what he said. So I really enjoy the Ghostbusters game on there. It's basically Ghostbusters 3.
Jared, he doesn't like anything that's non-traditional.
But it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun. It's goofy. It's over the top. It's really cool.
I like Nintendo Goofy.
It's the best.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. For on the Wii U, we had the Smash Brothers U. Now that's coming over to the Switch, so that'll be cool. You have Yoshi's Crafted World.
Yay.
The Splatoon 2 is getting an update. I think I'm kind of done with Splatoon 2.
Yeah, I don't have enough time to play it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think I'll be trading it in. Maybe,
I think I might too.
Maybe Diablo or Smash.
Yeah, because I don't play online as much as anymore, and I don't like the single player. Man, I liked it though, man. When I played it when it first came out.
Yeah, you're playing like crazy. Final Fantasy, bunch of games coming to Switch. So you have World of Final Fantasy Maxima on November 6th, Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon, winter 2018, early 19. Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age in 2019, and then you get remasters for the following.
Let's go.
Final Fantasy 7, one of my favorite games of all time.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2.
Final Fantasy 9 with the Geif and 10 and 10. Oh, 10-2, baby. Best Final Fantasy soundtrack. Just throwing that out there.
Those are all coming 2019.
What can I do for you?
My God. I just want to know where's 8 at? No love for Squall? I love Squall.
It's weird. I never liked the even number of Final Fantasies.
You just said 10 and 10 too.
Except 10-2. 10 was okay. 10-2 was where it's at.
Well, 10-2 is kind of like 11 anyway, so.
Thank you.
Sort
You're
of.
welcome.
Then you have the Capcom beat 'em ups coming. So you got what's that? Final Fight.
I love Final Fight. Final Fight 3 was the best. Oh my god!
And I was always more of a Streets of Rage guy.
That's Sega, right? Was it Sega? Yeah, I think Streets of Rage is Sega.
I always thought it was Capcom.
No,
Maybe it
Sega.
wasn't. Was it Sega that made
I
it?
loved it.
You saw we're getting a new one, right? Streets of Rage.
I heard it's really good.
Really?
Like who did?
I
the
saw a
preview
trailer
of-
for it and it looks crazy.
Someone did.
I'm excited.
Someone did a game preview. Was it Jared that did it from Kind of Funny? Someone did a game preview of it, and they said it was amazing.
Really?
Like, it's really good. Oh, someone from Game Informer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They did a game preview, and he says it was amazing.
I want to play it.
Better than the Double Dragon one.
Axel, Blaze, Skate coming back too. Diablo 3 officially has November 2nd
I'm
release
so
date.
hyped. I'm so hyped.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting it. Definitely getting it. As a matter of fact, I'm playing it on the PS4 again.
Let's go.
Next season's up. And then
is
the
it
NES app coming with the Nintendo Switch online service. I'm really disappointed by it, to be perfectly honest. I did the free trial for the week. The games that are included are just like, yeah, whatever. Of course, you get some good ones. You get Super Mario Bros. 3, the original Super Mario Bros., Legend of Zelda. But other than that, it's like these really bad 8-bit games. Like you have pro wrestling, ice hockey, baseball.
Hey, I like that. Ice hockey was cool.
generic.
Yeah, but it's just
weird.
like all these
man.
stupid generic ones. Like I forgot how bad the pro wrestling one was. That's the one with Starman on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's so bad.
Do they have double dribble? Double dribble.
No, Double Dragon's on there though.
Where he beats up the girl.
Yeah, punches her right in the gut. Oh man, it's yeah. Number 6, last night, new Bumblebee trailer dropped. Did you see this yet?
I didn't
Nope.
see the trailer. I saw that it dropped.
So John Cena straight up heel. He's a bad guy.
I knew
can't believe it.
I
I
knew
cannot
it. No, you could tell from the first the first trailer he's a bad guy,
I
which
can't
is
wait.
great. I think this is the first time I've ever seen him play a bad guy. Like,
Yeah,
Heel Cena.
yeah. I can't wait.
This is what everyone's waiting for.
They also show some other people off. So they show Optimus, but it's just like a hologram saying, Bumblebee, you have to protect Earth or whatever. The best part,
Or-
Soundwave. He looks like Soundwave.
Really?
Like 80s?
Yes. Like rectangular, and the cassette pops out of his deck or whatever. Oh,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, dude. I lost my mind when I saw this trailer last night, and I saw.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
I
gotta
need
watch
to
this
watch
trailer
it.
now.
Yeah. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this movie.
I will flip tables for this. I cannot wait.
It
What?
looks-
Oh man.
It was like even like the old Transformers movies. I think we were talking about it in line at Horror Nights last week. That like they're not good movies, but they're just fun movies to go check out.
Yeah.
yeah, they're just
Just stupid, mindless, action. They're they are Impossible White Man movies.
Yeah,
especially when
especially
when
Mark
the-
Wahlberg.
like
Mark
a
Wahlberg.
Impossible Car Man movie.
Impossible
Am I
Car Man.
right?
I mean, what's his face?
Because really, they save the people all the
Goof
time. It's not
LaBouffe
like
was
they're
hanging
really
off the side of a building. Just fingers. Yeah, he's Aunt May style from.
Yeah, but those cars
Spider-Man
always
2.
saving him.
Yeah.
But not Mark Wahlberg kills a guy
I don't
with a
think I watched
football.
that was the most recent one, right? I don't think
That
I watched
was,
that one.
I think, 4.
Well, yeah, because he was
No,
in
wait,
the
I
last
did
two.
see that one. So I saw the one where it was like him and his daughter. I didn't see the newer one where they were
Don't-
like somewhere
Don't.
else.
It's so bad. Oh god, it's
don't.
so bad.
Really?
The last 2 are really bad. Like,
Well, the last night was the last one with him in it, but the one before that was the first one with him.
oh, okay. So
Yeah,
then-
yeah.
What was that one called? I don't remember.
I think it was just
Salvation. I don't know.
Extinction. I don't know,
Something.
something like that.
The Dinobots were there though.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was cool. I really like that.
Whoa, come on,
Let's
come on.
go, baby.
Number 7, Diablo animated series reportedly in development at Netflix, says Lucy O'Brien over at IGN. According to a new report, Diablo animated series could be heading to Netflix. This comes from a since-deleted tweet from comic book publishing company Boom Studios founder Andy Cosby, reported by Variety, who said that he was in, quote, final talks to helm the show for Activision Blizzard and Netflix. Quote, it's very exciting, and I hope to high heavens it all works out, he reportedly said. If the rumor is true, Cosby would be juggling the series alongside his work on the Hellboy Rise of the Blood Queen script that he is also co-writing with Christopher Golden and Mike Mignola. We reached out to Netflix, and the company has responded with no comment. But God, I hope it happens.
Because I hope this happens, and then I hope that an Overwatch show happens, and then
Overwatch would be the best show.
give me everything.
See, I think I like the aesthetic more of Diablo just because of that whole like old timey
Dark.
knights.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get that.
yeah, I love that. Yeah,
So you like
Yeah.
the medieval stuff?
yeah, I think it'd be cool. And I think,
doesn't?
and I don't want it to be 3D. I want it to be like
Almost like
two-
Castlevania?
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah,
want, like,
yeah,
a
like how the
2D?
Castlevania's done.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried it'd be too similar to Castlevania.
Okay.
So that's what I'm concerned
But
about.
you have so many different types of characters in it. Like you could do Witch Doctor, you could do Crusader, you could do all these different type of characters.
So you don't think they wouldn't utilize the people that they have for the cinematics for their stuff? Because I when I read
I think it'd be
that,
too expensive.
I would hope that it would be like that. Like if they could take like, obviously if they ever
Yeah,
did like
yeah,
an
yeah.
Overwatch show, if they could just do like exactly like how they do the shorts,
Yeah.
only
yeah.
expanded into a show, that'd be incredible.
I guess I didn't even think about that with Diablo, just because like
'Cause
there's
Dia-
very
yeah, Diablo
rarely.
looks so good.
Yeah, there's rarely any see or what do they call them? Whatever video
Cinematics.
sequences in there. Yeah, I just forgot about it. But yeah, that could be interesting. But I wonder how expensive it would be. Is the only
It'd
thing.
probably be expensive, but
See what
it
happens.
might be worth it.
I'm excited.
Blizzard will drop money with
Yeah.
the success of the Overwatch League. Like,
I was gonna
huge
say
success.
Yeah.
they're yeah.
I mean,
Beginning of
was
season 2.
November 2nd. That's right there when BlizzCon was coming out. So who knows what's gonna happen? Can you imagine all those people at BlizzCon with their Switches out playing some Diablo?
I didn't even think about that. I would. During the Diablo showcase.
Number 8. Hashtag
Not my Chucky.
Child's Play reboot. First look at the new Chucky.
Boo.
So more details on the upcoming Child's Play reboot have been revealed alongside the first image of the horror film's Killer Doll. The upcoming film, simply titled Child's Play, seems to follow a similar plot to the 1988 original. In the reboot, a mother named Karen, played by Audrey Plaza, gives her son Andy, played by Gabriel Bateman, a toy doll, though both aren't aware of its evil nature. The film also stars Atlanta's Brian Tyree Henry as Mike, and though this character's full name hasn't been revealed, Detective Mike Norris was the name of the homicide police detective attached to solving the mysterious murders committed by Chucky in the original Child's Play. Karen and Andy were also the names of the mother and son used in the first film.
I just don't understand why this is happening.
Dude.
I don't know.
And neither
Like,
does the creator of Child's Play. I can't remember his name off the top of my head
Yeah.
now. I had it earlier and I forgot. He is not part of it whatsoever.
Yeah.
The Cult of Chucky thing is still happening.
It's still happening.
What? I don't get
just
it.
Don't understand. Like I don't with this
And
story.
he looks
It
weird.
just doesn't feel right. Like it doesn't feel right for them to reboot it. Like if you were gonna do another chapter, okay, but it's like with Halloween. Like do
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
chapter. Maybe give it a fresh take, but don't like totally redo it.
I mean,
You
Cult
know
of
what I mean?
Chucky set up another movie
Yeah.
with the girl from Child's Play 2.
Yeah.
I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't and then I didn't watch it, but like I need to. Didn't they go back? I think you told me they went back to like kind of being dark and
Oh yeah, yeah. It's,
like
not,
it's
as
not
funny.
cheesy
Yeah, I
and
mean,
funny.
it's still funny at times, especially in the last one. But it's definitely a lot darker than what Bride of Chucky or Seed of Chucky was.
Seed of Chucky.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was
so
good,
bad.
so funny, but it was
So
great.
But the last two were really good. I think both of them are on Netflix.
I think they're both. I think they're on Netflix.
Both are
exclusives.
phenomenal. Like I actually watched both of them with the kids. Yeah.
But I heard the voice of the original Chucky. who's
Brad
been doing
Dourif.
him. Yeah. Okay, that's his name.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's not. They didn't tap him to do
Nope.
the voice of this Chucky.
Nope.
Hashtag not my Chucky. Don't see this movie, guys. I'm being dead serious. Like, don't
Yeah.
see this movie. This
Yeah.
is so dumb.
Refuse.
This is what happens when movie studios get greedy.
Number 9, Loki, Scarlet Witch, other Marvel heroes to get their own TV series on Disney streaming service. And this is an exclusive over Variety. Justin Kroll wrote this up. Disney is enlisting Earth's mightiest heroes as the company prepares to launch its upcoming streaming service. The entertainment giant is in early development on an ambitious plan for a number of limited series centered on popular characters from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. These series will likely include shows centered on Loki and the Scarlet Witch, along with other beloved superheroes who have yet to appear in their own standalone movies. Marvel and
Vision.
Disney had no comment. Let's see here. There's an important distinction from other Marvel small screen efforts, however. The actors who portrayed these heroes and villains in the Avengers films and their spin-offs, such as Tom Hiddleston and Elizabeth Olsen, are expected to play them in the streaming shows. Moreover, though sources close to the production are staying mum on the cost of the programming, the budgets are expected to be hefty, rivaling those of a major studio production. Each series is expected to include 6 to 8 episodes. Marvel Studios will produce the shows, and Kevin Feige, the guru of all things MCU, is expected to take on a hands-on role in their development.
That's shocking. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's funny because I was excited about it even when they announced it.
I'm super excited.
And then when the rumor happened about, oh no, Tom Hiddleston and Elizabeth Olsen are going to play these characters, I'm like, oh crap, I'm even more excited now.
I just hope this opens up more. Like, I really want to see, like, I want to know, like, where Nakia was in Infinity War. Like, do a whole season of her being, like, a cool spy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and then maybe, who knows, if they do this as well, maybe they could do, like, more Star Wars, like, standalone things. Because there's a lot of characters that they could do awesome stuff on.
Well, you already had the Favreau show coming.
Well, I know, but that's not going to, I don't think that's going to focus on any characters that we already have. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly think that I love Solo, but I think Solo would have been a better TV show. Like,
it would have been a lot better TV show.
They could have taken, that's what I'm saying, like, they could take other characters. Like, I don't think we'll ever see Kira again. I think that was in their plan, and then this didn't do as well as I thought. I'd like to see a Kira show or like something like that. Well, you know what I mean?
I mean, her show is ending. You know, just saying, she's free right now.
Who's Emilia Clarke.
Yeah, Emilia Clarke.
Oh,
Daenerys.
That's right.
Did you see her tattattoo?
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this the other day.
She got it's right on her wrist, and it's the silhouette of the 3 dragons. Oh, that's so cute. Sorry,
it's down to 1 now. Spoilers.
I hope she wins.
She will not. Oh, I could go hours about that. But
all right, well that's it for my news. So it was actually only 9. I thought I had 10.
I thought you had 10.
Yeah, my bad. So it's your turn, sir. Time
You're
for that.
Number 10. You're
Get
special.
hype news.
It's your time. This
My
is
time. My time.
My time is time. Yeah.
Sorry for everyone who did not watch wrestling in the 90s, early 2000s.
This music is brought to you by, we're going to bring some retro wave to you in honor of Halloween Horror Nights since we weren't here last week.
Oh, I've been listening to some of those playlists you sent me.
From Starcadian.
So good.
Ooh,
really good
send them
guy.
to me too, please, thanks.
Oh yeah, I'll send it to you. Do you have Spotify?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Even better. I'll send it to you. Awesome. It's called Ultra Love. Great song. Check it out. Sorry. This is your Get Hype news for this week. All right. Netflix announced they're doing, for the Avatar fans, the Last Airbender live version.
Yes.
Did you watch it? Did you watch Avatar?
Oh, I did, yeah.
How do you feel about this?
I don't know.
People are excited about it.
I mean, like, I think it'll be really cool. I don't know. It's one of those things where, I don't know. It feels so close together almost that, like, I don't know if it needs to be like that. I don't know. I'm sure it'll look great.
I heard it's a good show. I need to see this
show. It's a really good show. Yeah, you should definitely at least watch the
You didn't watch it?
I've never watched it either.
It's awesome.
Oh, I figured you would watch that.
No.
Really?
I think Kyle did.
Yeah, Kyle liked it.
Yeah, I never watched it. Like, I think I've, like, watched it in passing or whatever, but nothing just, like, I had to watch.
Oh, wow.
It definitely has enough stuff to where, like, when they do it live action, it'll be visually stunning. It'll be really pretty.
Sure.
I watched the movie.
Oh, boy. That's...
Oh, see, I didn't even go to that. I was like,
dong.
Nope, that did not look good.
So, Capcom decided to close their game studio in Vancouver.
I heard about this.
The Dead, which they made Dead Rising. They expected to lose $40 million because of closing that studio, and they moved all the development of the Dead Rising games to Japan. So that was kind of big news before the whole.
I've never been a huge Dead Rising fan.
I didn't mind the first 2.
It was just too open for me.
And it gets too ridiculous in terms of like the difficulty.
It was kind of not only that, but just too ridiculous over the top. You know, when it came to like your weapons and whatnot that you're creating.
Yeah.
Like it was almost like what's the GTA knockoff?
Oh shoot.
You know what I'm talking about? The one that's super
the
over
one
the top
THQ
like that.
made.
Yeah,
oh man.
The one that you're using like, you know, sexually explicit things.
Saints Row.
Yeah, Saints Row. Yeah, it's just like it's too much. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good, thank you.
Agreed. Paul McCartney earned his first #1 record in 36 years.
Wow.
With the Egypt Station, with 153,000 units sold.
I have not listened to it.
Neither have I. SpaceX announced, Elon Musk's company announced he's going to send someone to the moon finally.
It's me.
Yes, I heard about this.
A Japanese billion.
It's a billionaire.
Yeah, but they didn't say how much he paid.
I can only imagine.
Because he's
sure
actually
they
helping
picked a
fund the
billionaire
majority.
because they wanted $1 billion.
I think so. I think they, and he says, and they said like he's basically like funding about at least I'm sure half the project. I'm sure.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Which is insane. For you people that watch the Emmys, the ratings were down 10% again.
Nobody cares about award shows anymore.
I agree.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going down.
Do you think the Oscar doing? I don't think we ever talked about this. The Oscar getting like this blockbuster.
How do you think it's happening now?
What?
I thought I read a couple
Wait,
weeks
what?
ago that it's not happening. Like ABC was pushing for them to do like the biggest blockbuster award or whatever, and they kept pushing for Black Panther or whatever. But I don't even think the award's happening now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because like, how you gonna measure that by how much money you make?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Because I don't. Yeah.
They want to try and turn it into like the or VMAs or whatever, or whatever
yeah, where
MTV
you-
Movie
where
Awards
they
or
have,
whatever. Like
People's favorite
Yeah.
or whatever.
movies that we actually watch. You know,
That's fair.
That's true.
I mean, like half the movies that are nominated for like Best Picture or whatever. I'm just like, what? What is this? Like I get it, it's the artsy fartsy stuff or whatever, but I think the only one I watched from last year was Shape of Water. I'm just like, okay, it was a great movie, but like all these other movies, I'm not watching.
Yeah.
I think like the biggest movie I remember watching that won Best Picture was Lord of the Rings,
Oh man.
Return of the King.
I think there was one recently that I watched, like when it happened in the last 5 years I watched, and I was like, all right, that was boring.
I think even the last time I actually watched it was when Heath Ledger won Best Actor post-mortem.
Should have been Robert Downey Jr.
The only one time that I watched it was a couple years ago, and Suicide Squad beat Star Trek for best makeup, which is the biggest atrocity of all time.
Isn't that's like the best meme of all time? Suicide Squad won an Oscar.
I mean, not to say their
BET.
makeups were good, but Star Trek did 50 different makeups. For
What?
The 50th, for the 50th, and they literally had the powder that the U.S. the people who make the money, they put it in the money to make it iridescent. They literally had some of that from like
Wow.
the U.S. Mint to put in makeup.
But did they have Killer Croc?
I'm not saying Killer Croc isn't a good makeup, but
No, it was a horrible
It
makeup.
was terrible.
I mean, it was decent.
No.
Speaking of Suicide Squad, real quick, you heard about they announced Birds of Prey and Margot Robbie's going to be doing
Yes, they finally have a release date.
Harley Quinn again, which I'm all about. I loved her in
She
Suicide
was
Squad.
She was the best part of the movie. One
I
of the
agree.
best parts of the movie.
I thought she was
So,
great. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's reading the comics and stuff too, so she
Really?
knows. Yeah, yeah. People have been talking about So she's like super into it, and I'm very happy.
That's awesome. Maroon 5's been tapped to do the Super Bowl show this week.
God, what a horrible choice. What a horrible,
They're the
bogus.
most basic band.
Oh my God, it's so bad. I was so pissed off when I heard this the other
Didn't they
day.
do it like a year ago?
I
or
don't
something?
even,
I was
go
gonna say, I
away.
feel like they've been like more recently,
I
right?
think they did it recently.
They probably guest starred when
Well, but did you hear
somebody
about
was on
Cardi
there.
B though?
What happened?
So apparently they want Cardi B to do because they have that "Girls
The
Like You"
song,
song
yeah,
where she's
yeah.
featured on it. But apparently, she's like, "Oh no, I want more than that. Like I want like my own set or whatever."
no.
They'll just have what happened on the other day. Apparently, who plays 11? What's her name?
Millie Bobby
Yeah,
Brown.
She was on stage doing Cardi B's part on Maroon 5's concert the other day. Yeah, but
Oh,
I don't,
really? That's
yeah.
cute.
Like I do not
I
like.
like it.
No.
Yeah.
Give me that moves I take. Oh my God, go away. There's so many better choices than this.
Who would you
Maroon
have?
five.
I want to hear who you guys
Any
would have.
other basic white boy band. Jesus
Sugar Ray.
almighty.
Sugar Ray.
Oh.
Sugar Ray. I think it would be neat if they got. I don't know who's big now.
I like.
know.
See,
I
but
just-
I like it when they do more of like the older.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
I
like,
got too.
like when Prince did it,
Yeah.
and like those are the best
Icons.
ones. Yeah.
Not
Yes.
Maroon 5.
I would like to see the Rolling Stones do it one more time before someone's gonna hit the bucket soon. So I would love to see the Rolling Stones do it just one more time. Do it. Maybe get like Roger Waters from Pink Floyd. Maybe. I mean, it'd be the most boring show of all time, but I would love it. I'm just
Has
saying,
Kiss
we
ever done the Super Bowl?
Who?
Because they just announced.
Kiss?
Yeah, because they just announced their ending tour is coming up. They
What?
just announced their final
I'm
tour.
trying to
Yeah.
remember. I
I
don't
don't
think
think so. I would love for Kiss.
I think they did the Arena Bowl because remember they owned one of the.
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
Yes,
they did.
yes. Okay, I think I've
the
heard of
LA
that.
Kiss
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
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 I'm sure you pay Gene Simmons enough money, he'll do anything. So,
I would love to. Oh man, that'd be
but
awesome.
I was never a Kiss fan either. So whatever.
But they would put on a good show though.
I mean, like,
They do.
wasn't Van Halen together for a little while ago?
Yeah, but they still have David Lee Roth in the band.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh God, I'd rather like.
Van Halen or I don't know, man. Like even like an '80s.
Have the Peppers done it?
They did. No. Yes, they did. The Peppers did do it. It was like 3-4 years ago.
Just I don't know. Not Maroon 5. Whatever.
I know,
I'm
they're
so over it.
Yeah.
Like between them and Katy Perry
And Bruno Mars twice.
oh
Was Bruno Mars really twice?
Yeah, well, sort of.
He did it with I remember with Beyonce, but he was like
basically
half
on it
of
the
it.
entire time.
Yeah. He was
and
on
then
stage
he had
like
his
half
own
the time.
deal. Who was last year? Was last year Gaga? No. Who was last year?
Gaga was several years ago, but that was a great show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gaga I think was 2 years ago. Last year was I don't even remember last year. That's how relevant it was. No, last year was Justin Timberlake. And
Yeah.
he
That's
didn't
what
do
it was,
it.
yes, because it was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
He was doing good.
He was all right.
He was all right.
Yeah.
they brought In Sync back. Ooh.
Did he?
I said if they did.
Oh,
if they
I
did.
don't remember.
No,
'Cause
if
we
they
were waiting for
did
it to
bring
happen,
In
and you
Sync
didn't.
back. I
Yeah.
know. That's the only reason I watched that show. And
Yeah.
I was so mad.
That would have been good. That's still like the year that it was them, Aerosmith, and Britney Spears is still one of
That
my
was-
favorite men.
Oh yeah, that
it's
was
really
awesome.
good when they get a couple
Yeah.
and they're all really good. It's really good.
Was it Aerosmith and then they brought on Britney Spears
and then NSYNC. Yeah.
NSYNC.
Yeah.
That was a great show.
Aerosmith, iconic band. Maroon 5, not so much.
Not so much. Come on, guys. Come on, NFL. I know they're trying to be hip, cool, but it's not working, man. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
Just
Maroon
like
5.
that QB roughing the passer thing they got going on right now. Anyway, go on with your news.
That's it for my news because I think we talked enough about the freaking halftime show, which I thought was a great discussion.
It was a good
It was
discussion.
a
That's it for
discussion. I
you.
feel like we got a lot of feelings out. Got a lot of
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into that triple decker
Oh,
style.
Tots, 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 tots.
It's that time.
That looks like that hurt.
It did hurt with the triple double decker.
I think we got some bacon and cheese and maybe
Oh,
some
yes.
chives and maybe a little. No, you don't like ranch, do you?
Ew!
I can't believe you don't like ranch. Who are you?
Ranch is
the
All right,
best.
can we put beer cheese on there?
Ranch.
Oh, yes,
Let me
beer
tell you something about
cheese.
ranch. Ranch is the Maroon 5 of condiments.
Whoa, whoa,
It's
whoa.
so basic.
No.
It is. Oh,
I love ranch, but that was
How
funny.
dare you?
But in the first part of our triple tots, it really sucks that Didi and I have full-time jobs. This is
Yeah.
not our full-time job, of course.
I wish it was.
So we were not able to, but Banks was really cool.
thanks, Banks.
He went out and we actually had the opportunity to go out to Universal Studios and to record a podcast with Patrick Braillard. He's one of the directors of the houses over at Horror Nights. Yes. And of course, you hear some of that audio that we recorded at the media event a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
But Banks was actually able to have the opportunity to interview him and talk more about the creative process. So we're going to throw that to Banks and the audio that he recorded earlier. So take it away, Professor.
Take it away.
And this is Banksley. I'm out here at Universal Studios Florida. They've given us the great opportunity to come out here and chat with Patrick Braillard about Halloween Horror Nights 28. Now, you've heard from him earlier on an episode talking about the houses and the scare zones during the media event episode. But now we're going to chat a little bit about some of the creative processes behind HHN. Patrick, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, Banks, how you doing?
I'm great. Let's just start right off. People who don't know who you are, give a little brief rundown about who you are and what you've done with Universal.
Okay, so this is Patrick Braillard, Creative Development Show Director for Universal's Halloween Horror Nights. That's the official title. No, I've had the great opportunity to be a part of the Universal family since 2005. Started as a performer here in the park at Fear Factor Live, forcing people to eat bugs. And then they did it willingly.
Yeah, well, of course.
And then in 07 became a performance captain for the streets, and then show director in 08 seasonally, full-time show direction in 2010. But I've been a part of Halloween Horror Nights since 07, scaring people.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's such a great thing that since all of us on the creative development team have been around for a few years now, we've had the opportunity to watch the evolution of the event and see just how much it's grown and changed over the course of that time.
Now, I mean, the first Halloween Horror Nights that I personally have ever been to was 2010, was the year of the Fear.
20th anniversary, yeah.
And you were the first person I ever met and talked to about the event for Attractions Magazine. So it's kind of a cool full circle moment for me.
All right.
I love it.
I like it.
Now, 28 we're in full swing right now. Everyone is, I'm hearing amazing good things. Probably one of the best years of the event in recent memory, personally for me. The house lineup is fantastic. Now, you guys start pretty early for when you're coming up with the ideas for the events. When did you start for this year's event?
Well, first, thanks. I appreciate the kind words about the event. For this year, we started about 13, maybe 14 months out having serious conversations with it, and began concept in earnest immediately following the opening of 27. So it's been a full year, full calendar year that we've been devoted to Horror Nights. Horror Nights is one of those things that's living and breathing constantly within our team. It's never gone away. Mm-hmm. It's always there. It's ever present. But the interesting thing with this year coming up is that we are now at a 14 to 15 month process where we've already had hallway conversations and already starting to look at the intellectual properties that we'll be using, as well as some of the original concept mazes moving forward. So we're really excited.
Now, the IPs for this year, when do y'all even start thinking about, we want to maybe talk about doing this movie? I know I've heard y'all talk about some movies y'all been working on for years trying to secure the rights to do. So talk a little bit about the IPs for this year, and when did y'all start working on those?
Well, we've always, as fans of horror, not just of the event, which we are, but also just the genre, we're constantly having conversations about what we might want to include in the event. And because the event is always new and it's always evolving, that gives us an opportunity to look for those things that we may not have used in the past to be able to go after. Poltergeist being a great example this year. Really great maze that Charles put together. The opportunity arose out of conversations that we were having with MGM to be able to secure those rights. And we leapt at the chance, being able to say, it would be so great if this movie that was so influential to so many people in their childhood growing up, that it was a no-brainer, and it was amazing the day that we got confirmation that we were going to be able to do it. Also, they were such a great team, us being able to work with them so that we could take the story into it and show it in a different way, so that it wasn't just locked in with a beat by beat retelling of the movie, but we had the opportunity to go into the light, which we've done this year. And that's not to say that we don't do retellings of movies in that beat by beat format that aren't very successful. I think that this year, looking at one of the newer IPs to influence people so heavily is Stranger Things, and the fact that we do go not necessarily per episode, but we do tell those big moments from the show in which people can immediately relate to and latch onto visually as they're traveling through the house.
Yeah, that's speaking of Stranger Things, like one of my favorite parts of that is you're going through the cold open of the first episode, and then boom, there's the title screen right in front of you. You're going into the show.
Yeah, I think one of the things that they did so well during every single one of those episodes is give you that part of human storytelling, and then slammed a cold open to really get you excited about moving on. And I guarantee that there is a vast percentage of the people that are either listening to this or going to Halloween Horror Nights that don't skip the intro on Netflix. They watch that title sequence every single time because it just gets you into the mood of watching the show and that feel. And I never skip the intro.
Poltergeist is probably one of the scariest houses I've ever been through at any event ever.
Wow.
Like, I'm going through there like almost cowering at some points, because growing up, that clown, that thing frightened me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you put scenes inside the light with that clown that I was just like, I don't think I slept that night, honestly.
One of our costume managers is deathly afraid of that clown. In fact, that clown in that first movie was the thing that gave her colorophobia. It was the reason that she is afraid of clowns. And so she was there at costume fittings with the characters in the area, and to have an entire group of them all standing there, perfectly normal people, perfectly great, perfectly normal people wearing that costume. She was cowered in a ball next to me, just shaking, not wanting to even look up. And I had to go up to all the performers and be like, okay, look, you want to be cute and funny, fine. Don't say anything. Don't wave. Don't jump around. Don't make any sudden movements, because she is literally losing her mind right now. Oh, no. And that's somebody who has spent months invested in these costumes. Like, she has been leading the team that has been doing all of that, and it was really, really fun to see that reaction, that general visceral reaction, and we hadn't even put it in the house yet. So yeah, I love watching the guests as they leave the house yelling all about the clown.
The Trick or Treat house, you had that last year as a scare zone. The first year you used it as an IP. How did you go about designing the house and not trying to make it an exact copy of what you did in the streets?
Well, what's great about the streets, and I have to credit, I've said this numerous times this year, and I mean it every time, is that Blake Braswell and his team last year did such an amazing job with Trick or Treat on the streets. I fell in love with that scare zone. I loved every single moment of it. I would visit it several times throughout the course of the event. And when we decided to move forward on creating the Trick or Treat house, it was a great opportunity for us to be able to say, okay, that represented the movie in the characters and the tone and the feeling and the sounds of the movie. Now let's actually take you into the environments of the film. Let's actually throw you into the scenes that you remember from watching that movie. For those of you who haven't watched the Trick or Treat movie, Michael Dougherty's movie at Trick or Treat, it's fantastic. Go watch it.
Oh yeah.
It's a great film, and what's so fun about it is that it has so many wonderful neighborhood feeling scenes and environments to which to latch onto, and as long as we made sure that Sam was ever present, it carried kind of that torch of that film being told from almost his perspective.
I love it. I love that house. And moving on to the original houses, those can be just as strong as the IPs because people don't really know those stories and they're just being thrust right into the story and trying to figure it out as they're going through the house. I love the Slaughter Cinema house this year.
It's awesome.
I heard an interesting story about the concepts behind those individual stories. They were originally ones you wanted to do on their own, in their own houses.
Yeah. We thought about all of the we have this giant whiteboard in our lab. And on this giant whiteboard, we put down we just did a brain dump of how many possible schlocky B-movie titles, feelings, themes, characters, everything went on this board. And it was dozens and dozens and dozens of them. And then we looked at every single one of those that were like, well, that one could be its entire maze, but let's take it and let's boil it down to see if it can live amongst all these others in this giant monster stew. And then trying to figure out what the flow of that house was, so that you don't want to have two characters that are too similar next to each other, so that you have two distinct stories being told and how the guests respond to it. So yeah, it's such a fun house. I love that. I love that house.
Just the narrator with in each scene setting up the plots of each movie.
Mr. Charles Gray.
That's Charles.
That's Charles's voice work. Let me see if I can. Slaughter Cinema. Yeah, that's Charles. It's Charles. Revenge of the Swamp Yeti. He's going to listen to this podcast and he's going to be like, you're doing a horrible version of my voice. Midnight Snack 2, The House Swarming. Which, by the way, it's really funny. He was a huge fan of the title Midnight Snack, and I wanted it to be The House Swarming. I wanted it to be Midnight Snack, The Housewarming. And he was like, well, let's make it a sequel. Midnight Snack 2, The Housewarming. So who knows? Maybe Midnight Snack eventually in the canon of Halloween Horror Nights in like 10, 15, 20, 30 years.
See it come back.
I can't promise anything,
right.
but Midnight Snack is such a great title. I love the idea of Midnight Snack, The Housewarming.
The event there's obviously it's here in Orlando, and then there's one in Hollywood that John Murdy does out there with his team, and y'all share a bunch of IPs every year,
right?
And is there ever a moment where y'all ask, like, because they're always very different? Have y'all ever decided, like, we're going to try to do the exact same maze, or are we going to make them different so people can come out to both events? Or
well, I think it's wonderful. I mean, the partnership that we have globally with our parks, not only in Singapore, Japan, but Hollywood, truly do make us a global entity in how we approach all of our different themes and all of our different events. And that ties directly to intellectual properties. Like you said, we will sometimes have the same IP spread across the globe. Like this year, Singapore, Hollywood, as well as us have Stranger Things. And each one of those are individual experiences. The major reason that I think we don't have direct copies, there's two different reasons, I believe, that we don't have direct copies as you travel across the globe, is one, we want them to be individual so that if somebody has the wherewithal to travel through all 2, 3, 4 parks globally, they see something different. But also, locations dictate so heavily what we're capable of doing with an intellectual property. Our sound stages, their sound stages, tent structures, they use cues. There's so many different variables that go into the design of a house that they almost have to be different because it's just the geography of the area. But yeah, we partner with John, and we partner with our friends over at Singapore and Japan all the time.
That's great. And now I want to ask about, because HHN has such a huge fan base, and the fans latch onto ideas and just run with them, like with videos and special arts that people will create. Do you find that some of the feedback you get from the fans changes some plans you may have for future houses? Like, obviously, Vamp 55 was a huge hit when it was here a few years ago, and now you have a sequel with Vamp 85. So is that something, like, you kind of judge the fan reactions on what you want to do in the future?
Yes, definitely. When we we definitely do listen to fans, although we do need to make sure that we stay somewhat insulated so that we're true to ourselves as far as the design process and the creative process is concerned. That being said, in Vamp 55, when it was out here on the Hollywood streets, it took about 6 seconds, I think, for Blake and Laura to realize not only was the zone insanely popular, but all the things that they could do with that style, taking it to the 1980s. And so Vamp 85 has actually been in kind of its gestation period for a couple of years between then and now, trying to figure out how exactly they were going to tackle that beast. The great thing about having our concept phase so far in advance of the event is that we are able to, in concept for 19, come to the event at 28 in 2018 and see what works. See what people are reacting to, see how the crowds are responding, see how the guest experience is impacted by different things that we do, not only in the houses, but also the scare zones. And we learn constantly from all of those different interactions. We take it as a kind of a science experiment to be able to look at this year's event as that testing ground for things that we're going to do in the future.
I've noticed also sometimes, especially this year with especially Killer Clowns from Outer Space Scare Zone, do you feel that sometimes things you do at HHN causes the popularity of those products to skyrocket outside of the parks? Like, I haven't seen a lot of Killer Clown talk until y'all started doing it here. Now I'm seeing it all over the place.
That's awfully flattering to think that we would be able to impact the green lighting or not of a particular movie. But as I would love to see either a reboot or a sequel of that film. Because I'm such a fan of that property, though. Like, it's hard when you're walking through that scare zone to not stop, and then you look down at your watch and you're like, oh, it's been an hour and a half. Right. I've been standing here for an hour and a half watching the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, or going into Vamp 85, or Revenge of Chucky up here in Hollywood. It really is something special when you get those pieces and parts of the event that you latch onto, that retain that. Whether or not we're impactful in that way, it remains to be seen, but it's awfully nice to think that way. It's very flattering. It definitely is that we would have such an impact. Yeah.
Now, last question I want to get to is details, because there are so many details to look for in the scare zones, in the houses. Just last time I came to the event, I just noticed that Killer Clowns, the shadow puppets were happening on the buildings, and I didn't even notice that the first time around. So what are some details or Easter eggs or things that the guests and fans of these IPs need to look for when they come to the event?
IP-wise, there are some very minor touches that if you look at Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, there are some very distinct, straight from the film, small touches throughout that entire house that are very film oriented, very cinematic oriented, that are locked in. I think that the attention to detail as far as Stranger Things is concerned is one of the, if not the best retelling of an IP, scenic and decor wise, that we've ever done. Mm-hmm. It is in lockstep with the film. When Netflix representatives came through to look at the house and give it its final blessing and say, yeah, okay, you guys did it and you're approved to open, when they walked through, their words were basically, wow, we're on set, which is something that you want to hear from the people that are responsible for those individual brands that you're representing, because you have it's a personal pride thing where you're saying, I want to be able to make sure that we do that, or we as the team want to be able to make sure that we do that. But to make those people happy who are responsible for those things, because we would want the same thing to happen if we had to give somebody Halloween Horror Nights. And how are you going to treat our baby? Right. We've grown this for the last 20 or 30 years. How do you represent it? It needs to be in the best possible light, and it's a happy obligation to have. As far as the original content mazes, we are constantly throwing in and peppering in Easter eggs, some of which we talk about, some of which we never talk about, because we don't want to give it away. We want people to come away with the responses to them. Right. Yeah, and definitely, I won't give anything away, but keep your eye out in Carnival Graveyard, because there's a lot of little HHN past Easter eggs in there to keep an eye out for. Absolutely. All right, Patrick, thank you so much for chatting with us about HHN. Guys, get out here. Like I said, I honestly believe this is one of the best years since I've started going. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, everybody. Open till November 3rd, select nights now. HalloweenHorrorNights.com for tickets. Look at that. The PR person just gave me a wink and a nod saying, good job. You did your job for today. I get paid. Woo! Thanks so much, everybody. Happy Halloween.
And we're back. Oh, thanks. That was great.
Thanks, Banks.
We actually have not been able to listen to the audio yet, but
I'm sure it sounds great.
I'm sure
It's
Banks
great.
did a great job. So I can't wait to listen to that audio right
When does
afterwards.
the professor not do a good job?
Exactly.
That's
Speaking of the professor, I'm losing headphones. You got it there?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Speaking of the professor, we went out Friday to Howl-O-Scream, which you can actually listen to the audio that we recorded live at Howl-O-Scream last Friday. Right now, it's the audio's live. It's the previous episode, so go check that out.
Oh, man.
Howl-O-Scream.
Oh boy.
This was Didi and I's first time ever at the event.
Ever.
We were one of the few different vlogs, media outlets, whatever you want to call it, that were invited to go do the scare cam. So we got to talk to one of the entertainment directors over there.
I feel so bad.
I can't remember.
He was a great guy. He was a really nice guy.
Yeah, super nice. I can't
Firm
remember.
handshake.
Yeah,
Broke my hand.
But you'll be able to hear that audio not only on our show, the last episode, but also on this week's The Attraction Show. That audio will be on there talking about how they came up with the different concepts and what he was excited about. And in fact, I think he said he was really excited about just the scare zone areas, the roaming characters and whatnot.
Yeah, they're literally roaming characters
Everywhere. We'll get to that in a little bit because that we were really both excited about that. The first thing we did was the scare cam. And they brought us into one of their new houses called
Insomnia.
So the premise is
He
that
said insomnia for those of you that did not understand that.
the premise is that
That was
you're
the
going
gimmick.
to like this doctor, and you're being kept awake, and it's like giving you all these crazy nightmares, but they're happening while you're awake.
Yeah.
So you flat out go into a doctor's office.
Yeah.
This creepy guy greets you and says welcome, and oh man, it gets weirder and weirder and weirder.
Think of it as think of a Japanese horror movie, and that's what it is in real life. It was that I was terrified. I'm not gonna lie.
So it was really cool that we both said after we had got out that usually when you're going to Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights, it's usually like the younger crowd that's the scare actors. You don't usually see anyone that's really older or whatever. Howl-O-Scream had like everyone from like say 18 on up to 60s, 70s.
Oh yeah, he's like
That's awesome.
There was one lady in this house where you're like moving through in part of these like asylum almost kind of sort
my
of.
God.
She could have been my grandma, and
She was so
the
creepy.
scariest thing
was
I've
so
ever
scary.
seen.
Like, oh my God.
She's like, oh, they keep talking to me, and I'm like, okay, well you just stay over there.
And they're getting like in your face
Yeah.
too while she's doing it. I'm just like, okay, all right, I'm scared. Leave me alone.
What's really cool about Horror Nights, when you're going in the houses.
Howl-O-Scream.
I'm sorry, yes, Howl-O-Scream.
It's okay.
I did that on Friday too.
Yeah,
I
it's
kept
okay.
saying Horror Nights. So at Howl-O-Scream, there's no conga line.
No.
Yes, that's what I've heard. So
Oh.
I'm very
So,
interested to see how that was.
Not
for
only
you
were
guys.
we there by ourselves going into Insomnia,
Oh my God.
when we went back to Insomnia and then we were doing the other houses, they were cutting it off at what, 5, 6, 7 people,
Which
maybe
is
8.
Not fair.
And usually we were the
Not
first ones to go
fair.
in. So I was terrified going through, not knowing where the
Oh.
hell I'm going, and
Yeah.
man,
Deathly. Oh my God. There was one house in particular that it was just us three. Not fair. It wasn't funny.
I wonder
But-
how Banks did.
I don't know how.
See, Banks was behind us most of
Banks
the time
was
because he was
behind
trying to
us.
record us, in our reactions, especially Didi. Like, I usually led the way just because I didn't want to be in front of Banks because he couldn't record Didi then.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
of course,
yeah.
Didi was getting it the most.
Yeah.
If you're in the middle, you get it the most because they know you're the scaredest.
Oh.
No, I think they saw Mike and they're just like, nah, okay.
Yeah, and I didn't get
You
scared.
didn't
really.
get scared.
Yeah.
I think you were just creeped out. You looked
Yeah,
like
there was a couple times where I'm just
you
like,
just
ooh.
looked creeped out.
Yeah.
Like I think during not Motel Hell. What was it?
Unearthed?
Unearthed.
No, Unearthed. I was laughing. The
I
entire
think
time.
Unearthed, you were just kind of like just standing there. But me, because I'm going to fast forward real quick. Sorry, guys. Unearthed, they give you a flashlight, like a legit
Yeah, Mike was
flashlight
telling me about
that
this.
keeps blinking, and it's pitch black. Not fair. And they be like, Didi, you're going up front. I'm like, oh my God. I've never been so scared.
I can't wait. I haven't been able to listen to the audio yet, and I
can't wait.
cannot
I
wait
can't
to
wait
listen
to
to
see
it.
this.
Like
Because I was laughing hysterically
'Cause
the entire time.
there was parts where I legit got in the room. There's one room that had 2 puppets, huge puppets. I ran. There's 2 rooms I ran. There was the bungee room in that house.
So Howl-O-Scream loves the bungees,
They love it.
and the bungees
Like
are
people hopping down at you.
Oh.
not only hopping down, but like running at you full force, and then get snapped right back, you know, to the wall or whatever.
Wow, that's actually a little scary.
It was
That's-
terrifying.
They
wow.
get, I mean, inches from your face, legitimately. And those and on Earth, some dude literally got inches from my face. I ran. I was There were some parts where that and Motel Hell were the 2 that got me really good.
Motel Hell was great.
Motel Hell was an awesome house, like overall. I think it's better than some houses at Horror Nights. I'm not just saying, but Motel Hell was phenomenal. That was such a phenomenal house. I thought the production was great. The scares were. This is what I'll give Howl-O-Scream. Howl-O-Scream. We were talking about this. I think they care more about the scares.
Yeah, it's
the
more
production.
intimate.
Yeah. With you not just doing the conga line, but like with just the actors, because they don't have I don't know
The
what
production, they don't have the production value of what Universal does with Horror Nights, of course, because of course Universal is a movie studio. They know what they're doing when it comes to these sets and whatever. And where Howl-O-Scream may not have these huge sets and these elaborate sets, they're getting into it with the way that they're scaring you.
Yeah.
And not only that, but like where Universal, you have to rely you're not relying on it, but they have the advantage when it comes to like the what do you call it, the
sound gimmick.
yeah,
the
so like
sound
they'll press a
device.
button and that's what triggers the sound to come get you or whatever. Howl-O-Scream, it's all about their voice.
The voice.
I can only imagine like what these guys' voice are sounding like the day after event or a couple of events or whatever, because it's them going raw, screaming at you, not just these triggers of sounds or whatever.
and doing improv sound talk too. They'll say talk to your face about like I don't know what you're wearing.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah.
It was cool. I thought it was great. I loved it. It scared the poop out of me more than most of the houses at Horror Nights. No offense, but I mean, you'll hear on the audio. I got poop scared.
I mean, of course, both of them are great. Both events are
Yes.
are insanely great.
Loved how
But
loved both.
It's you can't compare the two whatsoever.
You can't.
They're both totally different events.
Yeah.
Totally different. The houses that we checked out, we talked about Insomnia. On Earth was the one with the flashlight. Motel Hell was basically just that, Motel Hell.
Think the movie Bad Times at the Royale
Yeah, the one that's coming up or whatever.
Yeah, it's basically like that. Seemed like
But demented people.
yeah,
everywhere.
Scary. Yeah, sorry.
So what was the other ones? We had the
there was-
Bayou thing.
The Bayou thing.
So everybody talked about how great that was, the years past and even this year. I didn't like it really that much.
I thought it was just
So
okay
wait, what
at
is this?
best.
It's a house?
Yeah, it's a house. It's like Blackwater Bayou,
Yeah, think
Backwater
Blackwater
Bayou, something like that. Everybody kept talking about last year and this year how great it is. I wasn't that impressed.
Same.
I don't know if it's just because the people that we had in front of us were freaking out,
Yeah,
like legit freaking out.
legit.
I think one of the coolest parts about that house was actually you actually had to crawl underneath the coffin.
Nope.
And I was waiting for it to move.
That's
That was kind
Yeah,
of creepy.
I moved. I ran through that coffin. Under.
The other one was the Black Spot. It was like
Oh, that
a
was a-
Pirates themed one.
Okay, it's
It was a
interesting
really.
idea.
I thought the idea was really cool.
Yeah.
You're literally going through a queue, outdoor queue.
It's basically the queue where the old splash ride was, like the big one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought that was really. I thought it was
So
neat.
let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
And then
Right?
there was.
There's
It was called the
one
Black Spot, and then there was a. Jeez.
Oh.
Simon's
Oh yeah.
Slaughterhouse.
So this is the one I really was disappointed by.
I was insanely. Disappointed.
I get the premise, you're going for the gore factor or whatever, but this was the one that was the rated, 17 and older one, just because of like how much gore there was. The whole gimmick was you're going to the slaughterhouse and it was Simon, saying, Simon says, bleed, and Simon says
Vomit.
Simon says burn. I mean,
Was there a part where he just said like scream and someone screaming? He was like, "I didn't say Simon Says," and kicks him out of the house. That would have been the best. You got to really commit to the bit.
It was like Saw, 5 through whatever for me,
Oh, ew.
where it was just like okay,
It's just gratuitous for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, like I didn't get scared in it whatsoever. Matter of fact, I don't even think you did.
I think there was one part,
Yeah.
but it was like one of those drop doors, and it was like the guy in the furnace that got me, and I was like, "Oh crap!"
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, remember that.
But I
one,
wasn't like, "Ah!" It wasn't like the other houses.
Yeah. The scare zones, I guess that's if that's what we want to call them.
Do they have like set scare zones?
They do, but they're so much wider than what they are at Universal. Where of course Universal has these huge, I guess you could say productions again, like where Vamp has the ball drop and whatnot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Usually at Howl-O-Scream, you'd say it was basically just the music and the lighting or whatever.
Yeah.
So like over like where Falcon's Fury is, it's like a carnival. So it's a lot of clowns.
It was really cool. It was neat.
But we're in Horror Nights where usually you have what do you call it, the 10-step rule.
The 3-step rule.
Three-step
rule. Yeah.
So usually you stay in your spot and you can't deviate from it. Howl-O-Scream people were like chasing us,
bro,
throughout like an entire area.
Yeah. So there's this one part. It's actually not listed on the map. There's a scare zone that's basically like you're going through like a funeral or something like that. Like morticians and like grave diggers and stuff
over
like that.
like where the animals are over near as you're going to Pantopia.
Yeah. And I was a little bit freaked out because like the actors were few and far between, but it was so, like we mentioned, like Mike had mentioned earlier, so wide and so quiet
and dark over there. Barely any lighting over there.
One chased me like through half the scare zone, legit. And so like I basically ran. I was like, and so I thought that was really, really cool. I was missing that because Horror Nights hasn't done that since I went in the 7th grade. That was a very long time ago, and when they had less rules, and so I liked that a lot. I thought it was really cool. Yeah,
it was really cool. And of course, riding the rides at night, because Busch Gardens you don't usually get to do that a whole lot.
Falcon's Fury, baby.
Yeah, I wasn't doing Falcon's Fury. Yeah, no, thank you. We did Sheikra and
which was cool.
Cheetah Hunt and all that other stuff. The only thing we forgot to do was Montu.
I can't believe we forgot Montu.
Montu is the best.
Yeah, we love it. It's funny because we got to the parking lot. We're like, oh crap, we didn't do Montu. Yeah. But the event is a lot of fun. It really is. I love they have like the photo ops with all the sassy ladies.
Yeah.
So there's
nurse.
There's like 3 different photo ops. There's the hot nurses, whatever, I can't remember what they're called.
I think they were literally called the hot nurses.
Then there's like hottie Harlequins or something
like that. The Harlequin Hardy. I don't know.
Harlequin Hardies, or Hotties, something like that. And then there's another thing up front.
The butchers. There was the butcher girls.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like 5.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I took a picture.
They're all scantily clad, so of course all the people were loving taking pictures with them. The one really cool gimmick for a photo op that I really liked was I think it's actually the one that you see that we posted. It's like a Howl-O-Scream like wooded themed billboard.
Yeah.
There's one that's regular wood, and then there's another one where we took our picture and it's not wood at all, and people like peek through.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. Like they were actually scaring some people or whatever with it. So that was really cool.
But our picture was really neat because we were kind of expecting it. The dude totally just came out.
Came around and like hook him on my neck.
Died laughing. And well, I forgot who took the picture, but he caught it.
Yeah.
Banks took it and caught it. I thought that was very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really neat.
Howl-O-Scream's really, really cool.
Really neat.
I definitely hope to go back out again. I don't know if I'm gonna make it out this year.
Yeah, I don't think
but
so.
Hopefully, next year.
Insanely cheap too. Insanely cheap.
Yeah, really cheap.
Especially if you have a SeaWorld pass, it's like $25 or something.
But again, it's totally different.
Yeah.
You cannot compare the two. I love Horror Nights. This, like I've said it time and time again, this is my favorite year that I've ever been to Horror Nights.
Oh yeah.
Great year.
But Howl-O-Scream is a great event as well. Like if you're wanting just specifically for the screams, for the scares.
Yes.
And those rides over there at Busch Gardens, you can't beat those either.
Yeah, you can't. I agree. If you want more of the scares rather than like, oh wow, this is so cool, go to Howl-O-Scream. If you want, oh wow, this is so cool, and still be semi scared, then go to.
But then Poltergeist is pretty scary.
Okay, Poltergeist. Let's not go there. I don't know what you're talking about.
And then the third portion of our topic of the show, we went to Gaylord Palm and Resorts.
Did the Googles and Giggles?
The Googles.
Googles
the Goblins and Giggles Getaway Weekend. Matter of fact, we recorded that audio. It'll be its own separate episode later on, maybe or next week or something like that. Holy crap! It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was cool.
Of course, it's not scary, whatever.
No.
It's geared for the kids that are there visiting with their families or whatever. But Didi and I were out there, and we took all 3 of my kids out there. So of course they ranged, was at 15, 13, and 8. So we ran the gamut of the kiddom.
Yeah.
So what was the first thing we did out there?
The story time.
So, yeah, we did story time. So we had like a witch come out and tell us a story about.
Which that
real quick. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good, dude.
That dress.
Oh.
OMG. Oh my gosh, we got to show you this dress.
I saw the picture. I saw a picture.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Pull it up again because I remember thinking, oh, she's so cute.
It's very. I think Matt even said it's very Haunted Mansion inspired.
Oh, that dress was out of control. I was staring at that dress the whole time. I'm like, wow, that's good job, Gaylord, on that.
So yeah, it was Morgana telling the story of
Morgana.
Yeah, Morgana.
Ursula's sister.
I didn't
That's
know
Ursula's
Ursula.
sister.
Oh really? I
You
didn't
never
know
watched
Ursula.
Little Mermaid 2?
No, sorry, I can't say that.
It's
I
a
did.
pretty.
Little Mermaid 2.
It's a good one.
It was that one of those.
Am I the only one that
direct-to-VHS?
did not watch those sequels? Pocahontas 2.
Hey, I did like Return of Jafar. I'm not gonna
Pocahontas
lie.
2,
Okay, that doesn't
and,
count.
no, but that's not even the best one. Prince of Thieves is the best Aladdin.
Prince of Thieves was the best Aladdin.
You guys are high.
With Aladdin's hot dad. Are you serious?
You guys are high.
Aladdin's hot dad. He is.
Oh my God. Oh my God, get out
I
of
think
here.
his name's Kasim, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Jinxie, oh my God.
So yeah, we
Sorry.
had a story time with Morgana. Told the story of I can't remember the
square pumpkin.
Yeah, square pumpkin. I can't remember what it is or whatever. Really cool. Talks about basically
love each other.
yeah,
As
no matter what they are, whether black, white, tall, small,
She's so
thin,
cute. I
fat.
love her
Diversity.
dress. Sorry, I just looked up the dress. This is a very nice
Yeah,
dress.
she was
Awesome
awesome.
dress. I love it.
She had a
Couple hair
little.
extensions. Yeah.
No, that's her real hair. Come
her
on,
hair,
what are
I
you
think.
talking about? Jeez, story.
sorry.
Gosh, let the
Whoops.
gimmick. But then she had the Goblin dude with him. I can't remember what his name was. Grim, I think.
This guy.
Grim.
Yeah, Grim the Goblin, which was like legitimately like one of the coolest looking characters I've seen, especially for being a hotel character.
Yeah.
he was very well done.
I'll give-
He's got like the candy in his mohawk.
Yeah.
come on.
Gaylord are great about their entertainment. When we went to that Christmas thing.
Better than Gritty though.
Who's that?
Oh, we'll talk about that later. Someone actually asked that about that, and we'll get there.
Okay.
So yeah, then after the story time, so it ended kind of early. We did some charades. That was really fun.
That was cool.
Did charades with some other kids.
And I got the hardest freaking one.
We had to do with a haunted house, right?
Haunted house.
Yeah.
That was a hard one.
Then we did some scavenger hunt. We had to find the square pumpkins all over.
I really thought the kids were going to be
Yeah, I thought so too. Didi and I were not doing well. It was not going well because we sent the kids off by themselves. Like, hey, you guys go find it, and we'll go find. See what happens. It was cool. You get a little prize, afterwards.
Yeah.
We won't spoil it. We'll tell you after the
man.
show, but we can't tell the folks at home because it's a spoiler.
Okay, okay.
And then we'll see what we did. Oh, we did the escape room.
Bro.
So it was really a lot of fun. It's very well done.
Yes.
Of course, it's not as elaborate as what Dare to Escape or some of the escape rooms that you're going to find on iDrive or whatever.
Yeah.
But for being a resort escape room
Oh,
done
wow.
in the conference room of their arcade,
Yes.
it was very well done.
I couldn't believe it. Like, I'm not an escape room guy. I'm terrible at escape rooms, obviously, guys. In case you didn't listen, you can listen in as to how terrible it was. I am. I was really impressed.
Yeah.
Like, some of the stuff was pretty. Were you? Because you kind
I
of
was there with you.
I mean, did you think it was kind of hard?
No.
'Cause
I was trying to let the kids because
Yeah.
not only was it us with with my kids, but we had other kids in the group as well.
Yeah.
So I was trying to let the kids do it, but nobody's like, oh, I don't know. But the coolest part about it, not only was the questions or the quizzes or whatever fun to do, but you had the great actress inside as well.
Man, she was good.
So she was the swamp witch, Bessie, I think her name was.
Bessie, she's like, don't touch my thing.
Yeah, just like that. Because some of the kids that we were in there with, they were touching stuff that they shouldn't have, and she put that down. I'm like, oh man,
You need to put the laser back in the book.
she was
the
great.
laser
I
in
made sure to
the
tell her afterwards, like, you were so good. It was so great.
Not only she was like that dude from Poltergeist 2.
In his holy temple. The funniest part about the escape room though was the riddle that they gave you at the very beginning.
Oh my god.
I actually called it, so like I could have escaped as soon as it started. It was so funny. As soon as the whole thing happened, I'm like, "Oh, I was right the whole time."
You could have walked right through.
I could have.
It was so funny. And
I
then
couldn't stop.
Trinity had the best reaction. She just gave him this look like, we could have just done this like really quick. It was so funny.
It's cool because like they give you 30 minutes, I think is
30
what it was,
minutes.
and I think we escaped with like 15 minutes left
Yeah.
or whatever. I'm like, man, I could have done this in 29:56 left. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then we did some trick or treating. All around the atrium, they had like 7 different spots. I think
That's
it was.
so cute.
They gave you like these little bags. They get the candy. Got a lot of candy. Matter of fact, some of the people were like, "Listen, we got a lot of candy. Take it."
Yeah.
Oh
it.
yes.
Especially the restaurant guy. He's just like,
Yeah,
all right,
take a
bam.
handful. I'm like, all right.
He's like, all right, just.
Then we did the spooky animal encounter.
Yep.
So Didi and Aaron, because me and the other 2 kids were not touching them.
Nope.
They had like 3 different snakes.
Oh yeah.
They
that's
had
so cool.
a tortoise and then a turtle.
A turtle.
The turtle was the fastest animal I've ever seen in my life.
He was so close to escape so many times.
Really?
Oh yeah, he wanted out. He was like, "Get me out of
As
here!"
soon as they would open up the little crate box thing or whatever, he's like trying to get out of there.
He's
It was
so
the funniest
adorable,
thing. And then after that, we went to the party, right? Monster Mash party.
Monster Mash party.
So
Was
it's
it
cool.
a graveyard smash?
Actually, it was because
was.
we were just expecting to be like a kid dance thing or whatever, and I think they were doing a costume contest, but of course we didn't come dressed up.
Yeah.
But you get inside and there was punch and lemonade and then some
Cake pops.
yeah, cake
a lot of
pops, and
desserts.
cookies
Oh, wow.
and desserts and whatever. Of course, this is an extra charge. I think it was like $10. I think is what the
Something
charge
like
was for
that,
the
yeah.
tickets. Only for the adults. The kids got in for free.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought it was
Yeah,
okay.
but the coolest part, the funny part first, the host of the party.
Oh, what was her name?
Joan Shivers.
Joan Shivers.
So they have this really cool looking skeleton that's, I guess, hooked up to a mic somehow. And as the person's hiding in the back, they're talking with the mic, and the skeleton's sitting there talking with the microphone
that's
or
really
whatever.
That's so funny.
It was kind of difficult to hear what they were saying. I don't know, just because of the way that the speaker was set up or
Let's get
whatever.
that sound system fixed.
But after she was done talking, Morgana and Vlad, Dracula's son, right? I think Dracula's son?
son.
Brother, former roommate, something like that.
Sisters, brothers.
They did like a whole show for us.
Oh, that's
It was
fun.
talking about how Morgana wanted to leave, the spooky town in order to, stop making tricks and treats or whatever.
Something like
But Vlad wanted her to continue to doing so. So
And
it was
you
then,
find out-
yeah.
Vlad's a vegetarian.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, it was so funny, yeah.
It's like Shark Tale all over again.
Oh gosh, it basically was. But the songs were really catchy. I'm
Yeah,
not
it
gonna
was
lie.
it was really cute. They got everybody to get up and do the Monster Mash. They taught us how to dance and whatnot. It was really a lot of fun. It was really cool. We didn't stay for the whole entire thing just because it was getting late. But they were supposed to do a costume contest with it and whatnot. And I believe I think we reported on a couple weeks ago where they do a character breakfast for it.
Oh, that's fun.
But of
too.
course, we were there, later in the day, so
Yeah.
we didn't get the chance to do that. But it's a great time. If you're going out to the Gaylord Palms, check it out. I don't even think you have to be a resort guest to do some of the things because the escape room I think is an extra charge, and then of course the party is as well. But it's a great time, especially if you're staying there on property. Oh, and of course they were doing a pool party movie as well. They
Yeah,
were doing Goosebumps.
and it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
like projection. It's like legit LED
Yeah,
screen.
screen. Yeah.
That's nice.
And Goosebumps
Wow.
was awesome. Movie,
Yeah,
if you haven't
which
seen
by the way, I did hear. I watched the trailer the other day for the new trailer. Jack Black is in Goosebumps too.
it. Good. Okay, he's on the movie poster, so that had me concerned.
Yeah, I was
kinda
concerned
like,
too.
oh, no.
But yeah, I was really impressed with the way that Gaylord put on their Halloween event. It was really cool.
Good job, Gaylord.
That's awesome.
So of course, if you're in the area, we've talked about it countless times. Now check out Howl-O-Scream, check out Horror Nights, check out Gaylord Palms, Dare to Escape, and of course we have more stuff coming up soon.
Oh yeah.
Check out there.
Matter of fact, Saturday we're going out to SeaWorld for their Halloween Spooktacular.
Yes.
It'd be a lot of fun. Go see The Count, of course.
I can't wait. I hope we get a nice cupcake.
Let's see here. New releases for the week. Don't worry about music. It will be good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're running kind of late already.
Yeah.
So movie-wise, we got Smallfoot.
I don't know what that is.
That's an animated movie. It's kind of like
It's Bigfoot,
Yeah.
and there's like a community of Bigfoots, and it's like how we view Bigfoot. They view humans, that humans don't exist, and they're a
Okay,
myth.
that sounds cool.
I think it's a Fox
actually
movie.
looks kind of cute.
Yeah, I think it's a Fox
And like
cartoon.
Zendaya's in it. Who else is in it?
I think oh god, from 21 Jump Street.
Channing Tatum?
Yeah,
Channing
Channing
Tatum.
Tatum's in it.
Like the whole cast is like.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people.
It's a
in
bunch
it.
of people
Yeah.
you'd recognize.
Then you got Hellfest.
I can't. I'm gonna watch this
Yeah,
one.
I'm really
I like
excited
this
for
one.
that. So just let me know if you're going out there this weekend.
I
I'll
heard the
come out there with you.
Candyman makes a.
Yes, he is in the movie. Yeah. And then Night School with Kevin Hart.
It looks funny.
Yeah, it looks funny.
Just like-
I don't know if I'll see it right away. I want to see Hellfest first.
I'll definitely movie past that one.
Yeah. Do you even have Movie Pass anymore?
I still have.
You still have it? It's still working?
It's still working. Listen, I go about
As best
2
we can.
times a month, and if the movie's available, I'll be like, all right, let's go.
Game wise, we have Dragon Ball Fighter Z coming to the Switch.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay.
I know
I'm
our
not gonna
friend,
get- I'm not gonna get
DK
it,
is huge into that game.
He's huge into it, yeah.
FIFA 19.
Okay.
You got Life is Strange 2.
I still haven't even played the first one.
I haven't beat it yet. I think I have 2 more episodes to play.
Is that good?
Yeah, I love it. It's really good.
Victoria, I think you would like that one.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yes.
It's right up your alley.
I've heard.
And then Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Apparently it's a big deal.
Yeah, everybody's loving that one, I guess. Let's go ahead and get into some listener mail.
Listener mail. That's my first time hearing that bass, the little bass jingle. Bow, 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 bow. Good job, Tony
Let's see
Longboard.
here. So,
Questions.
so Spence, Mr. Bull Moose 716,
Hey.
says in honor of the Philadelphia Flyers' new mascot,
Oh,
Gritty,
God.
what's the scariest looking character you've ever seen in a theme park? So first off, let's talk about Gritty really quick. So
I
of course,
love
I
Gritty.
am from Philadelphia. The Flyers have never had a mascot. They do now, and he is terrifying. I am very, very scared of this guy.
I both love and fear him. If he approached me in a dark alley, I'd probably pee myself.
Yeah, he
But-
he looks like the
So funny
murderer
looking.
of all Muppets. Yeah,
It
it's
looks
just,
like animal and like I don't know,
yeah.
a bag of Cheetos.
All right, so what's the scariest character you've ever seen in a theme park?
I don't know.
Because Edna Mode is pretty terrifying.
Really?
Hey, you say that?
Or the
Oh, I
fairy
know what I've
godmother
seen.
with
No.
the mask.
No, there's one better. Have
Really?
you ever seen the Jessica Rabbit in like Japan or something?
Oh,
Is that like a
yeah.
Buzz Your Girlfriend?
Yeah,
it's
she's
Jessica
kinda-
Rabbit,
yeah.
but it's a whole suit.
Wait,
Yeah,
it's a suit.
Yeah, it's a suit. Yeah, we'll pull it up afterwards. It's pretty
serious?
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah, it's pretty
Not
scary.
gonna
But then again, those early Disneyland Mickey and Minnie's.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
like
Those
I
are the
said,
things of
we should have a
nightmares.
Yeah.
There should be a character breakfast for
Oh.
Halloween. That's all of the old ones that are terrifying.
Legit?
I'd pay extra for that. They should do it. They would never.
Oh, they should.
That's what I'm saying. They should. Because wouldn't you pay for that? Wouldn't that be fun?
Or that should be like in the Fort Wilderness thing that you did last year. They should have that.
Oh, the Sleepy Hollow thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did that again. I don't know if I've seen you since then. Yeah, I did that again. They they upgraded it. Like
Oh,
now
really?
it's a dessert party. I didn't do the dessert portion.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah,
they have
yeah,
like
yeah.
better snacks and stuff now. It's pretty great.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Mr. Matt Clark,
Hey.
the Mac Machine on Twitter,
Hey.
he says, "What is your favorite Disney soundtrack? It can be from a movie,
Oh, man.
TV show, or even the parks."
That's so hard.
Soundtrack itself, Beauty and the Beast. Song, Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas.
All right.
Probably Hercules for me in general.
puts the glad
for
in
like
gladiator?
generally great, but like I'll Make a Man Out of You is
So I grew
Is
up
it?
a huge Phil Collins / Genesis fan.
oh Tarzan's so good
Tarzan
too. Oh,
was one of the coolest things for me. But
makes me cry every
I
time.
can sing forwards and backwards the entire soundtrack to Lion King.
I could do that. I could do that with Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with that soundtrack.
Yeah, I think my sister even had like one of those like Disney sing along VHS tapes. So and we used to watch it over and over again.
Hunchback's
I know
also
that
really
your
good though.
Hunchback is great.
Hunchback's great. I actually have that whole album. on
Hunchback
my
is very
phone right now.
underrated.
It is a
Also,
masterpiece.
it's Pixar, but Toy Story, phenomenal soundtrack. Randy Newman was on point with that one.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Theme Park Express on
Hey,
Twitter.
what's up?
It says, not really a question, but I want to say that I was the gent in the drop door in the third room of Insomnia.
You jerk.
He says, I dropped the door and saw it was you guys and had a good laugh after seeing Didi squeal. You guys rock. I hope to join you guys on the show one day.
Hey,
So
thank you so much for
you-
scaring the poop out of me. I
if
almost
you
peed
would
in my
like to
pants.
hear Didi squeal, make sure you check out that Howl-O-Scream episode.
Excited about that.
I can't wait for us to go check out those mom and pop places in a few weeks.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go to mom and pop places. Those are the-
Screamageddon and Ominous Descent. I think Didi is going to cry. By the way, it was Screamageddon that says not to wear the white shirt. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, so there, make
So
it
that
kind
makes me
of...
think it's gonna be very dark.
very messy.
Messy? Are they gonna like throw stuff on?
Probably
it?
fake blood.
who knows? I mean, I think one of them, I can't remember if it was Screamageddon or if it was Ominous Descent, said that like they have a gimmick where they'll take one of you and put you like into the show more or less. So like say the three of us are walking through, they take Tori and they take her and then put her at the end of the. I mean, you have to like say it's okay. So like
I don't want guys. No, I'm not the one going. It's Didi.
But
I'll do it.
But they would take you and then put you into the story, like say at the end of the house or whatever.
No, I would honestly put you. I would say like Mike.
Oh no!
Oh no!
So Mike would
please
play
pick
along.
him.
Mike would play along pretty well. Didi would be like
Terrified.
Oh, I'd be terrified.
But you know what? The best reaction is probably gonna be Didi. I'm just gonna be mad.
But it wouldn't be fair. I'd be like, no, dude, you really just took out like the dude who's like goes over.
Who's
the
the
top.
one that's protecting me?
Like, come on.
No. You would be mad that I would be going because I wouldn't be there to protect you.
I'd be so terrified. I
And
would
then
literally.
we would just be hugging each other like we
No,
were
that's what.
in
Okay, so
The
Howl-O-Scream.
entire time, Howl-O-Scream. So for those just listening to the audio version, he would seriously just come up and go, "Oh, I'm sorry for grabbing you. Oh God, oh, I'm so sorry."
No, there was one. I forgot what house it was. It. I think it was during Motel Hell. I literally like grabbed him by like the arms. I'm like, like deathly.
He was the scared girlfriend.
I was, yeah.
Oh, so much
Didi.
fun. Oh, so much fun. I think that's going to be it for us, guys. Of course, thank you to Howl-O-Scream for having us out there.
Thanks, Busch Gardens.
That was awesome. Thank you to Gaylord Palms.
Thank you
for having
Gaylord
us out
Palms.
to check out the Goblins and Giggles Getaway weekends.
Thank you, Marriott.
Thanks.
And of course, thank you to Universal Orlando for having Banks out today to interview Patrick. It was great. I'm gonna listen to that audio as soon as I'm out of here. It'd be great. And of course, if you would like to reach out to MEI Travel, Mouse on Travel, and Universal Fan Travel, they're going to be able to help you out with that free quote. Don't forget. You reaching out to them is going to help us. So check them out. And of course, thank you to Give Kids a World Village for allowing us to record the show here each and every week.
Yep.
Thank you.
And don't forget, if you're listening to us on podcast services, go up there and rate that 5 stars.
Please.
Yeah.
And leave a review.
Yeah, it's
We'll
great.
read it on air and give you credit and say you are the greatest fan of all time until the next person does it.
Well, how about you check to see if anybody left one, just in case?
I'll check.
So, Tori, where can everybody follow you on the social medias?
On Twitter, it's at ToriFett. On Instagram, it's at Boba Fox, and you can catch my Overwatch Diva makeup tutorial. I can't speak on the Attractions YouTube, and I'll have some exciting Halloween videos coming up.
Nerf this.
Ooh. You're still searching?
Is he
Still
searching?
Okay, so of course, if you want to follow the show, what
Phone
happened?
froze.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, we'll check it next week. So, Didi, what about you?
You can find me on all types of social media except Facebook, Blacktimus Prime, BLAKTIMUS Prime, and yeah.
And of course, if you want to follow the show on Twitter, it's going to be at AttractionsEXP. If you want to send us an email, it's going to be expansiondrive@attractionsmagazine.com. Didi is still searching, so yeah. If you make sure, go check out those episodes that we did over at, of course, Horror Nights, Howl-O-Scream, Dare to Escape. We've been having a lot of fun bringing you guys some of the great haunted stuff around the area, and hope you guys like and enjoy the content. So yeah, you good over there? Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll do.
From the Good Brothers and the Good Sister, Too Sweet.
Get hype!